Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Wait, you're not making $4 million a year anymore?
No, hell no.
What the hell?
Half of half.
That's $6 a year.
Hold on,
you were making enough that you didn't notice a $250,000 missing.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I had, my ex-wife had some pretty
nice shoes,
convenient ways of taking some stuff.
Oh, I was talking about your ex-producer, but all your exes wear Rolexes.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
It's Alaska Friday. That means usually good things, smart ass comments. He actually put a pretty big cut on me. Remember last week, Lummy, that he came and cut me right down to the bone?
Sure did. How'd I do that?
No, you did, and I'm going to bring that topic up here momentarily.
Oh, well, I'm shining my belt up there, babyface.
Everybody else, all you belt
wannabe belt holders.
No, jealous belt bitches. Say it.
I got it shining.
So I didn't know that Lasker and I are in the generator business. But I've been commissioned by my sister and my mother as we're approaching. I would think, Lummy, that the generator companies out there would probably, as soon as hurricane season's over, like December, I would think that December, January, February, March might be probably the best months to buy your generators. Because right now we are smacked. I think hurricane season has started.
This is the problem last year because of the two hurricanes we had. They had so many orders that downtime was their. They were slammed.
Yeah.
Right now, actually, they're kind of slow because it's really hot outside.
Right.
And no one's thinking about it because they all got their generators.
Oh, okay. Well, my mom wants one, and my sister wants one, and they don't need near what Gene So Lasker and I. Now, I'd like to go through. Jeff, our good friend Jeff, formerly from Touch Vodka.
Yes.
He supposedly works for Generac.
Yes.
And so I called him yesterday.
Is that who I talked to?
Yeah, Generator Super
So he's
Center.
the guy from that. He was drunk when I talked to him.
Well, I mean,
He had a speech
That's what it
impediment.
was.
You might have caught him during happy hour, Gene. Okay.
Okay.
So
It was 12 o'clock.
Gene said that I'm not going to go too far, but that he asked Jeff for a generator, and Jeff wanted to sell him 150 of something other things. Let's not talk about what they were. But Lasker, I think my sister might want like a 26 kW, maybe even a 15. I don't know. But so me and Lasker are just kind of going through generators and stuff like that. And like this Generac, did you say you were looking about getting a Generac 48 or a
38?
A 38. Well, this 48 is.
I might just get that one.
No, you don't. You said you might get to 50. But 48.50.
The same price.
Here's the deal. You want to probably stick with a Generac because.
Yeah, I want to stick with a Generac.
Because they're the best.
Michael Rucker, $100.
I know, like Larry Plummer, my good friend Larry Plummer, he's got a Generac. His parents have a Generac. And like every Tuesday, like at 5 o'clock, it turns on and runs through like a 10-minute check system. Like every Tuesday at the same time, it turns on and like for 10 minutes just to, make sure everything works. And
it talks to you on your phone and tells you it's on and checked out and everything's looking good.
Kenneth Nelson, Lummy, just sent me a message via PayPal and said, can you explain the qualifications for BARP? Is it all the donations throughout the year added up or just one big one? I want to qualify for this year. No. It's September 15th through September 14th, meaning like it's a fiscal year, and our fiscal BARP qualification year starts on September 15th. So all the money that you've donated via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Bubba Army Tips, a lot of people, we've had people drop off cash.
Yes.
I've had, Joe from the West Side send me a check. Like it's over a year and it has to be $2,400. Now, was it Seth's idea that we break it down into maybe we have a lower tier qualifier? Was that your idea?
What?
No,
Some people get to stay outside the fence? How do you do a lower tier? Some people get chairs to eat their pizza or what?
Was it your idea, Seth?
No,
it
it wasn't, but I like the idea.
It was actually Ashley's idea.
Okay, so, times are tough, and even times are tough. Gene, you're probably the only guy that's turning down business.
I'm turning it down. I'm going to pull my signs down, too.
Are you going to say not open to the public?
Right.
Gene's the only one that is killing it so bad that he won't, if you're let's say you're a dad and you got, you're restoring your 72 Nova. And you want those valve covers to be that real Chevy orange, beautiful Chevy orange. And you're like, oh, let me see. I listened to Bubba's show, and I could get them painted. But, man, powder coating is just the way to go with regards to if you really want to paint or color a piece of metal, the only way to go that's going to be durable, like all the railings and busch gardens and anything that needs to be really, really sturdy, you powder coat. Because paint chips, so you powder coat it. So if, I got a set of valve covers for my 72 Chevy, and I'll be like, hey, I listen to Bubba, and these things are aluminum. Gene, in fact, aluminum is one of the best things to powder coat.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to head on down the Lasker's going to tell you no. I can't, sir. I can't do your valve covers.
Mount Plaisir, $50.
I got 4 Gravedigger frames to do and 100 wheels. See you later, buddy. Not open to the public.
Right now, I'm doing telephone poles for Tico.
Oh, Jesus.
Aluminum, 8x8, 27 foot long.
Telephone poles.
Comes in a kit. It's got like a little cross on the top.
Are they green?
They're brown.
Brown.
I got 6,000 to do in the next year. Oh, my God. At $275 a kit.
So, I
can do as many as I want. Right now, I got 200 of them sitting on the property, and they'll take as many as I give them whenever I give them to them.
Yeah, so you got a job you might as well just retire and just let the boys run the show. You got income coming in all the time.
Yep.
So anyway, listen, I'm way all over the road. So I got to talk about my Generac deal. I got to talk about this the guy who just sent me. I don't even know how much money he sent me. How much did the guy? Kenneth Nielsen, $20. So yes, sir. Here's the deal.
Yinzer had a good idea to count merchandise sales.
I can't. I was going to do that, but I can't. That would just get too convoluted, and it would just be there'd be too many. They'd be
getting in for free because they already got something for their product for their money,
right? And so because
you bought 25 shirts, so you get in. No,
yeah. So anyway, that's been brought to my attention before. Not to take a shiz on you, Seth or Yinzer, but I don't want to. The only change I want to make to the template is what we're fixing to make, and that is, and this came from Ashley, and that is if you would like to attend the bar party on Saturday, just the Saturday party, and that would include no ring. You don't get a ring, but you get into the party. Lummy, we were going to make that, half as much?
Yes.
So if you have donated $1,200 over the fiscal year, then you'll get an invite to the party. But that's it. And I don't think, Lummy, that includes Thursday or Friday.
No, just Saturday.
Just Saturday night. Yes, it's an expensive party. There's going to be haters.
Where you going to put them?
Well, we'll have enough room. We got enough room.
Barely did last year.
No. Another 50 to 100 people be fine.
That's right.
As long as you're not in here driving, you're trying to hit people with your car, with your motorcycle. So, Lummy, Ashley and Merch Crick are the ones that do the totals. I think Ashley has kind of started to rough it in a little bit.
Yeah, she has, because we have a lot of different platforms we got to pull it from.
Right. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Bubba Army Tips. Is there anything else? Well, cash, checks,
yes.
Whatever. So
YouTube,
YouTube,
Twitch.
YouTube, yeah, that's right. YouTube Supers, Rumble Rants,
even Facebook,
the stars.
Yeah.
Does she have access to all that because she needs it?
About 80% of it.
Okay.
She's getting with Merch Crick.
All right, cool.
They're working together.
So we have for 1,200. 2,400. The guy Nelson asked me to explain the qualification. 2,400. That's all in. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with your ring, invitation to the party, and if you've been doing it long. And Lummy, when are we going to come up with the Hall of Fame? Is that usually August?
Yeah, it's usually about the start of August.
Okay. So
what does that consist of?
That doesn't cost anything. That just consists of really good listeners that have been with us for a while, that haven't turned troll, and still like the show and participate in chat, and are just overall good Bubba. See, Gene, you have good Bubba Army, and then you have a whole. Not a whole bunch, but you got a bunch of people that listen to us just to not like us and to bitch.
Why?
And to piss Seth off and to piss me off.
Life's too short for all that bull.
Because, Gene, life's too short for that bull when you have a life like you. But when you're just a loser and you live vicariously through a radio show that you choose to hate, well, it speaks volumes for you as a man.
Life is long and boring.
It is. It really is.
We got a question in chat. Does a 1,200 include a +1?
Now they want more people to go with them.
Yeah, but they got to bring their own food.
When does it end?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, you don't want anybody showing up solo because everybody feels
Right.
weird until they kind of, start
Right.
to see everybody they know.
And Seth, that +1 could turn Bubba Army too after having
That's
a good
right.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, oh yeah, we'll have you converted before you walk out the gate.
Sure. I mean, we're borderline Scientologists.
We just want you to take a personality test and just read this pamphlet.
Seth's gonna be working the e-meter in the back. It's just gonna.
Seth's gonna have to get up on that trailer a little longer.
Lummy, of course. I don't know if you remember, but she's usually first in on Lasker Fridays.
John Gano, a glow bug. We got John Gano 25 and Grouper Labs 25.
And then, of course, the glow bug. Love her.
Thank you.
Gloria Zach. She's usually your first one in, Lummy.
Yes.
I mean, Gene. And by the way, if any of you guys out there that are listening to this show that are kind of based out of Tampa or in this general vicinity, if you're getting ready you're trying to plan a wedding, maybe for your kid or for your cousin, or somebody that's in the middle of planning a wedding, a lot of people hire a wedding planner. And that's what Gloria does. And she primarily, Lummy, we can take care of two clients here. And that is Glowbug. I need to get her information, Lummy, what her wedding planner information is, so I can start kind of maybe promoting it on the Facebook. But then Coastal Tents, that's Brian Bernhardt's tent company, Gene.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
Yeah. You get the nice tents now, huh?
Yeah, and he does all of Devin Dixon's dad's fireworks stands.
Man, that's probably about 40 there.
Yeah, exactly.
T-shirt will 20.
Man, it's Gene Lasker's bringing it in, Lummy. You know what? I may not bounce checks this week.
Woo!
Thank you so much. So, Glowbug, she's a wedding planner, and Brian Bernhardt and Coastal Tents. Man, since we went to Coastal Tents, it hasn't, because Kevin had tents, but Kevin's tents are just for his one event that he has. Coastal Tents, they're in the tent business, and we got the best tents by far. They're awesome. They come and set them up. Take them down, chairs, tables, whole 9 yards. Thank you so much to Coastal Tents. So Gene's looking to buy a generator because Gene's got a lot of money. Gene, how do you like that, Gene? You like that?
That's illegal.
No, it's well. No.
It's got a safety, Gene.
Gene, it's not illegal. I don't need that floating around on the atmosphere.
What if you just walked into the 7-Eleven with it in your hand, flipping it out, and flipping it in?
Gene, you might get shot. I mean, that's a deadly weapon. And I think maybe the guy. You're
not poking it at nobody.
Well, I think even brandishing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even Seth's got a pretty good brandishing technique. By the way, speaking of Seth, I beg of you not to get mad at me, but please don't get mad at me on my next topic I'm going to bring.
All right, don't get mad at me also because I'm trading the knife for a Cooper Flag card.
Little Wilbur's Afterbirth, $50.
Seth, can you
a playing card?
Yeah, which is fine. That's your knife to have. Gene, before you leave today, I'm going to give you a size 11 for Coben.
Can you believe he's got a size 11 foot?
And the Fat Man Dunk's new, the tennis shoes are in. And I want Coben to have a pair. You told me he's
going to wear them for his first day of high school.
First day of 9th grade.
Yep.
What's up, cowboy?
Seth, can you, when you're coming in hot and you're waiting for that 11-second gate to open, can you try to stay awake and not smash the trash barrels, please?
Oh.
Dude, right in the middle of the road.
No, he fell asleep. It takes 11 seconds for the gate to open. He's sitting there with his foot on the brake and watching the gate open. He snoozes off and smashes the trash barrel.
Who did that?
Seth! For the 11 seconds it takes for the gate to open.
Don't you hit the button way early?
I did. I got to the side, Gene, like I always do, and then for whatever reason, when it was opening, I just woke up and hit the gas, and then I saw the two cans just get knocked over.
And then the property manager, is he not the greatest ever? Lum's there.
Well, Lummy jumps out of his truck because you don't even know he's there until the door opens, and you go, damn it to hell.
So, but Lummy
goes, I didn't see anything.
Lummy.
Is that why the trash cans are over full now? Because it could have packed back down?
Well, but Lummy, God bless his little soul, taking care of his friend, is there to pick up the trash cans, get the trash in order, and Mr. Magoo pulls in after waking up.
Well, I mean, I gotta give it to Seth. He was ready. He was over there with the clicker.
In all the years I've had this place since 2011, I've never had an employee fall asleep when the gate's opening, take your foot off the brake, and smash the trash cans.
Well, if we had interns, I was going to hit them trash cans.
No, you're not going to, Gene.
I was going to.
Well,
but I didn't want Lummy or myself to have to pick them back up.
I'm not even going to say it felt like the trash cans were a little bit more in the middle of the road than they normally are.
They were blocking the road.
You're not even going to try to use the excuse. You're just going to man up and say you dozed off for a second. And I'm sorry, Sponge.
Yeah, I apologize to everybody that's involved. The can was injured, but we de-dented it, so everything's okay.
The city of Tampa owns that
pops
can.
right out.
Gene, how about that knife? Is that not a pretty badass
That's very nice.
And you know I did.
And I wondered for a minute. I said, "Man, why our name on it, man?"
You know what I did too, Gene?
Pop that blade out.
You know what I did? I took just a little squirt of WD-40 down the hole, just a little squirt, then ran it through about 5 or 6 times, then wiped off the residue, and it really
works better.
Well, it just gives you that little
more.
By the way, we ordered another Lummy. We sold out. These are the By the way, Gene, did you see also it's got that window puncher on the back? See it?
Yep.
So, and it's got the clip that you could keep it right there in your jeans. And then, boom, if you need to smash out a window or switchblade a guy, boom, it's right there. And let's not forget, this is just not an all-black retractable deal. It's got the Bubba Army insignia right there on the blade. Boom. Lummy, maybe another airport run today for our standard deal.
Yeah, no problem.
Lummy, you're going to get rich on just taking things to the airport.
I appreciate it. They're
anyway,
people are great.
Gene's looking to buy. So my mom and my sister, Lummy, do you have problems at the airport?
They hate him. They try to close when they see him pulling up.
You can tell they find us annoying.
Well, because we bring so much.
Yeah, they have to work.
And here's the deal. They're used to just dealing with the average, with grandma who's got a letter that she wants to send to Michigan. They're not used to dealing with a big, 6'6" guy that has 150 pairs of tennis shoes he's sending.
Oh, when I walk in, because I got the Bubba Army shirt, I can just see their face go.
And do you go get the cart?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? What's so hard about it? What's so hard for them?
Hold on, Gene, because they're used to just dealing with a couple letters here and there. And when they got, 200 packages.
They got a little bit more typing to do?
Well, a lot more processing.
Yeah. A lot more processing.
So anyway, Gene's looking for that 48 kW. Now, Gene, here's what I would do is I would buy it. I would call Generator Jeff one more time.
Yeah.
See what just the straight generator price is. Then go out and get you like Nash, my electrician Nash.
I got me an electrician.
Okay, so you got your electrician. And you know how to have.
And I'm going to dig the hole and bury the tank.
All right, so you're going to do that. And, so all you need is a 48 kW.
Yeah.
And it looks like you can get them for $22,000.
That's a pretty good deal.
You could probably probably all in, I'm thinking 30. If you look at the tank, I think I
don't know about the tank.
I looked at tanks last night. All you really need is a 500-gallon. They make thousands, but like 1,000 will run your house for 48 days.
But that 48, if you run it for 7 straight days, it's going to eat 50 gallons.
Okay, but 50 gallons for 7 straight days. If you got a 500-gallon tank, Gene, that means you can do 10 times that. So that's 70 days.
Yeah, I guess that'd be plenty.
I mean, if they haven't got powered restored to your place in 70 days, chances are you don't have a house, right? Let me in the worst places hit here in the area. I don't think anybody went 70. That's a month. That's
some people went a month.
Okay, that's 30 days, Gene. 70 days is another month plus 10.
Yeah.
Nobody went 2 months.
I don't think so.
So I'm actually pricing some out for Tara and my mom. My mom just needs probably like don't they make like a 7.5? My mom doesn't have a very big home, and I think Tara would probably need like a 26. So, Lummy, I'm in the generator business. I've been talking to Generator Jeff. And let me just tell you, I don't care where you live, get the Generac. I know Kohler makes one, and there's a bunch of different manufacturers, but get the Generac. Everybody I know, from Larry Plummer's parents to Larry Plummer, has the Generac. They're on an automatic. Like every Tuesday, they'll start up like at 6 o'clock and go through a whole systematic check, and it's just. They efficiently run on propane. And Gene, I didn't know that if you get one to run on propane, it's way better than running on diesel and stuff, because you don't have your ring seating issues. You don't have, because propane burns so clean.
Right, and it doesn't mess up. It doesn't use your oil. Your oil stays good forever.
Right. I mean, it's so much easier on. Didn't they used to make, or don't they still make, where you can convert your truck to propane?
Yeah.
Is that better on your diesel truck?
Of course it is, but the problem is having to go to propane places to get filled up.
Oh, is that why those guys always have a big like a 100-galloner in their back of their truck?
Yeah.
So now you're taking up your tailgate spot, right?
And you're taking up your tailgate spot, but you still got to go to the propane place only. So
Gee, look at this one. I'm on Marketplace or something, Equipment Trader. They got like
look at the size of that baby.
Hold on, Gene. 150 kW.
For $25,000.
Gene, you could do the whole entire neighborhood, charge $400 a day for power, have everybody just plug in, have 1,000 extension
the size
cords.
Of that thing.
God. That's probably like to run big businesses and
or
stuff.
Or all your lights at the track.
before I bought the track, I was talking. This is a little known fact. Before I bought the track, initially I was going to have Keith Knobsbitch as a partner.
Yeah.
It was going to be me and Tom and Keith. Well, listen, Gene, Keith Knobsbitch is a unbelievable businessman. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
he got that from his dad.
His dad, Jack, I think his name was Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack Knobsbitch came down here from New York and started kind of a used auto parts store where they would go buy totaled out cars and take the tailgate off and basically they'd buy from the insurance company a totaled out Mustang for $1,500, and after they parted out the calipers and the wheels and they made like $8,500. They made like $7,000 a car, and they've been doing it for 50 years. They're all millionaires. So I'm thinking he ended up not doing the track with us, which might have been the smartest thing he ever did. But he said the first thing we're going to do is, because the power bill at Bubba Raceway Park, Ocala Speedway, the power bill just to keep the lights on through when we're not racing, and then it's like $1,000 to throw the lights on, Gene, to race night. And he goes, we'll go and get us a used 150 kW diesel or propane generator, and that's what will power this place. Because and we're like, what? He's like, oh, yeah, that thing will pay for itself in 2 years. We thought he was crazy.
No, he ain't crazy.
He ain't crazy. That's what we should have did. So anyway, Gene, I'm sorry, let me, yes, there's two. We've just announced that if you want to come to the BARP party with a +1, and that's happening, of course. Do I got the dates down?
Yeah, as our normal January, right?
Yeah. It's going to be, let me see here. It'll be January. What's Martin Luther King Day?
Isn't it the 19th?
So it will be, BARP is going to be Thursday the 15th, Friday the 16th, and the actual BARP festivities are on Saturday the 17th of all of January. So if you want to come to that Saturday the 17th party and enjoy and hang out with all your Bubba Army and hang out, you don't get a ring, but you get an invitation to the BARP party, which is what that's what everybody wants. 'Cause that's where all your fellow Bubba Army people are, and people like to hang out with Bubba Army people and get to know Bubba Army people. Like, oh, you're Joe from the West Side. Let me just tell you this:
I've heard you.
If you come to the BARP party for the first time this year, because we've lowered the price just to attend the party +1 to $1,200, which you might have already qualified. The one Bubba Army person that you're going to be most flabbergasted by is shivering Ciro Niz Diz Biz is Kenny Price, because the guy is a brain surgeon. He's for real. And at one time, he's semi-retired now, but at one time he actually was the head of neurosurgery at I think the Duke Hospital.
That's insane.
And
didn't he have a costume on or something?
Oh, he has a costume on every year, like some type of pimp costume or something. And so the first year we did BARP, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, I see this guy and he's got a 12-pack of Miller Lite, and he has this, and he literally looks homeless. And I go, hey, what's your name? And he goes, I'm shivering Ciro Nero Biz or whatever. I can never.
Shivering Business Zero Sis.
Right. I go, oh, okay, buddy. Man, you really, and I mean, he really gives the money. I mean,
yes.
Shivering Ciro Niz Biz. He laughs at 2,400.
Yes,
I blew him off.
Well, Gene, don't.
The guy walked up to me with an outfit on and said his name, and I went well, that's good for you.
And remember this.
I walked away.
Remember this, Gene. He's one of our largest contributors.
Well, now I know that, but at the moment I did not know.
He's like an 8-ringer.
Well, I looked at him and said, I'm glad you got to talk to me, and I walked away, and he just smiled. That was a great thing. And
I looked at him, and I go, that man, you know what? Thank you for supporting the show the way you do. I mean, my God, you probably give triple the amount. I mean, it's people like you and John Costica and, just all the great people. Joe from the West Side, just, Iggy.
I thought you paid him to dress up.
And you go, and Hierarchy, just everybody. I don't even have time to run through the big. And I go, thank you so much for what you do for the show. I said, what do you do for a living? Like, what do you do? You a truck driver? Are you a mechanic? What do you? He goes, I'm a brain surgeon. I'm like, bitch, you ain't no brain. Because that's like on an ongoing joke. Like, people say, I'm a brain surgeon. Come on. Nope, you never meet her. I know a real surgeon and Dr. Diaco, but he's not a brain surgeon. What's the statistics of meeting a brain surgeon just in your life?
That listens to us.
Let alone meeting a brain surgeon that's Bubba Army, let alone meeting a brain surgeon that's an 8-ringer and one of the largest contributors to your show that looks homeless. He goes, no, here's my card, and he gives me a card, and I go, well, anybody can have a card there, buddy. He goes, okay, hold on. So he had his girl with him, and he says, pull up the head of neurosurgery for wherever the hell he was. And there he was with his lab coat on and everything. I'm like, my God, I am so sorry, my friend. Gene, why the sunglasses?
I was just doing my Anna impersonation.
By the way, you don't meet a lot of brain surgeons because there's only 2,412 in the United States.
That's it.
2,000?
Make brain surgery great again.
Yeah. So, Gene, I want to let you know, man, somebody sent this to me, and it said one of the greatest. We need our burnout patch out front's getting a little.
It sure is.
It's getting a little worn out. Like, there's not much. I used to be able to keep it fresh with the Crown Vic, but I can't do that anymore because it ruins it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
It ruins my paint job from Adam.
You got no paint job.
Gene, here's the deal.
Have you not seen the Crown Vic?
Have you not seen the Crown Vic?
Yeah, I seen it over there with the flat black paint job.
Yeah, it's all
That's
flat
pink.
black. It's been professionally flat blacked by Adam from Fenderworks.
Oh, really? They ain't any can job?
No, he shot it.
Oh.
But before, when it was white, and I'd be doing burnouts to the point where I would.
But you want to leave that rubber burnout on your paint? Leave it on there. Don't clean it off.
No, Gene.
No.
And so, I'm not able to lay a little. And I only had one wheel anyway. I don't have posi traction on there. So I only
make you a phony fender well, out of cardboard and stick it up in there. Keep the rubber off your body.
So I'm not no longer in the burnout business because it was. I had a wheel, then Lummy would have to go to SOS Tire Rick, and SOS Tire Rick would find.
All right, well, tell the truth then. There you go.
He would find bald tires off of other cars, and he would put them aside for me, and then Lummy'd have to get it mounted and bring it back, and then I'd have to do a burnout, then give it back to Lummy, and so it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's just easier from our listeners to go there and lay, if you know where the studios are, 5021 West Nassau. Just come out here right in front of the facility and lay down a nice big burnout. And occasionally, Lummy, every couple weeks, we get that.
Yes, we do.
But I've never seen anything like this. This guy does a burnout. He must have line lock where it locks your front tires, and he goes through 4 gears. He must have had a low gear in it, Gene, like a 488 or
a 588.
Yeah, 588. But he goes through first, second, third, and fourth gear. All I need, Lummy, would be something like this for the burnout patch. It would put us back in the in the good graces of the burnout. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Pretty badass.
Seth, now that you got new oil in your car.
Oh, yeah, the Ford Hemi.
Oh, my God, dude. That guy's a top-tier athlete. Of course I want to try that.
That looked like Seth trying to get into the front gate today. And then, Gene, I wanted to send this to you. The same person sent this to me. And these are road trucks. Those Baja.
We'd be good at that, but they don't race them here.
But listen, so they're Baja trucks. and it's on a road course with
jumps in it.
Ramps.
Yeah, with ramps.
And this is the last lap, and this looks like me and you going down I-4 back in the day. This is pretty badass racing. And when they get up on the corner, Gene, they three-wheel it. I mean, this is, I appreciate all sorts of racing. Doesn't have to be sprint car, dirt racing, or late models.
This is a lot of talent.
Wait till you see this. This one lap to go, Gene, okay? Last lap.
Need some TLC. When they get home, grab them flying all kinds of crooked right now.
White lap, so there's one to go from here.
The white flag is out. This is the last and final lap.
Gene, watch this three-wheel motion.
Kane again pinches the right front through the Gold Coast chicane. The two Traxxas twins turning it up to 11.
Is that badass?
On the final lap here.
Oh my goodness. These guys are just wide open right now, just out on their own. Toby Price got
double links on the rear end. That pulls the front end up and then it gives it a forward bite.
Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 truck, the KTM.
It's like me and you at Jacksonville back in the day.
On the back of it. Right now, Traxxas back and forth right here in the front. What a battle. I can't lie to you, Matt Nolte. I'm a little nerved up going into the jump section.
You are. Stand back. Through they come. High-speed approach across the Traxxas ramp.
And you don't realize, man, they're 25 feet in the air.
Yeah.
But again, it's another one from Brabham. He had to do it, and now he's right on the back of the 2015 champ. Make or break moment here.
No fear whatsoever from these two young Traxxas drivers. Brabham to the inside, smoke off both of their
How badass is that?
tires. Bump on three wheels right now. Headed towards the checkered flag. Only a few turns left to go, Matt.
Through they come. So he's got a couple of chances. It'll be the run out of here and down to the Castrol hairpin. Past the wall cam on the final time, right against the wall.
No.
A race for the ages here at Surface Paradise. He locks the brakes again. He's trying to defend the bottom line.
Hold on, the guy tries to get in. Look.
And now Brabham tries to switch back.
Brabham tries to go to the inside. Three wheels, a good fill as they bring it down to the checkered flag. Traxxas on Traxxas. One last chicane. I'm expecting some.
Anyway, is that badass? You know, is that I think USAC or somebody's sanctions those. I should.
But they're up in California and up over Nevada.
They don't ever
do at the track.
Oh, I wish I could have them at the track because you have to build them some ramps and stuff. And oh my God,
you just ought to put ramps on your track, and that's how they got a race there.
All classes.
Yes.
Can you imagine sprint cars having to hit ramps?
I will tell you something. You get your crowd now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you're like, hey, this weekend we're building,
That's
ramps,
right, a ramp on the front straightaway and the back straightaway.
and a ramp on the back straightaway.
Don't got to be real high, but 2 foot off the ground will get you.
Just when you think that, this guy's probably making $25-30 an hour working for a utility company, probably changing out a bulb on the stoplight. Now, here's my understanding. Why isn't this guy like out here?
That guy's only making $10 an hour.
With some, they got the whole the truck coned off, but why wouldn't you put cones here? Because this guy is the guy that's.
Why did he get hit?
Watch.
Oh, just wait.
Oh, that's nice, right there. He's strapped in though; he can't fall out. Yeah, see him hanging.
Yeah, I know. He
got paid. He got paid.
Look.
Boom!
Oh my God!
He took a hit,
and he could. And you know what, Gene? Like as far as ankles and knees.
Yeah, back.
He
bent in half there.
Yeah,
why did the truck think that he could clear that?
I don't know.
Did he take too wide of a turn?
And Gene, why didn't that guy have cones? Like
I don't think that lane was closed, was it?
No, they didn't even close the lane.
Wasn't.
Look,
he thought he was going to miss him, but he caught him. That truck driver's in trouble.
Well, he probably lost his job.
The dude right there. And then the dude's going to walk over and stand there and go, hey, man, you all right? Hey, man, you all right? Hold on.
Look, bam.
You think you went straight over that?
You could have.
Oh, you going to try to catch the guy now?
No, well, you're not.
That guy's stupid.
Oh, he is. When we return, so many things to talk about. One of which, fitness influencer date. I'm sorry, and date gunned down. I've had.
They killed her.
Yeah. No, Gene.
What?
Why?
Because she's all dolled up. She got fake boobs, fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake lips. Thought she's going to be someone.
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our advertisers or this radio station.
Fitness got you divorced. Just saying.
Wow.
Might have been just a bicycle, but it's still fitness.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Seth, what's that fucking Finbenzidol? Finbenzidol.
What is that? Is it a Barbie doll like?
Doll. Okay. So,
Gene, man, I just can't lose weight, Sponge. Man, Gene, I'm so pissed off of myself.
Gene, this is an endorsement we're doing next, so just keep your mouth shut.
And that'll help me.
Well, just don't talk shit about. This is a client. Because you're eating too late.
You think that's what it is? Because I eat at 7.
And what time do you go to bed?
8.
There you go. You should have 3 hours before you go to bed.
Someone told me that one of the listeners,
like Justin Nash has lost like 60 pounds with intermittent fasting.
He says they eat from no more from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5. That's when you eat.
Well, they can be, yes, you can be that, and then he won't eat again until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Right. So that would be.
That's what you want me to do?
So 5 to 5 would be 12. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 17 hours. And you will fucking drop weight like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Okay.
But the bad thing about it is you want to make as large of a portion while you're sleeping. So meaning like, when you're fasting, when you're sleeping, you're not hungry. So you want the largest portion of your, how many hours of sleep do you get at night? 7?
8.
Okay, so you want all of those. You want all of those 8 hours to be the fasting part, then some. So I like to eat breakfast as soon as I get up. So
I don't.
Okay,
I can wait.
So then ideally, if you might be in Seth's way. No. Oh, you're in. So ideally, if you ate let's say you keep your eating time the same because the family you guys probably eat together, don't you?
In the morning?
No, at dinner.
Yeah.
Dinner time. What time's dinner time?
6 or 7.
Call it 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to bed at 10. Or actually move dinner back to 6. Move dinner back to 6. And you go to bed at 9. Okay, that's 3 hours. Okay. Then you wake up at what time? Well, except on Fridays, but on other days.
5 o'clock.
5. Okay. So you got 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 plus your 3. That's 10. Now you got 7 hours, and you wake up at what time?
Wake up.
You wake up what time? You said
5 o'clock.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you need to eat. You would need to eat about 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock in the morning. I eat my breakfast,
and you can eat all the fuck you want until dinner, and it would clear up until dinner time. You could.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Macho says you should get your estrogen checked.
You should. You know what? Listen.
My estrogen.
I'm gonna take you to my doctor. Do you have a doctor?
Yeah.
Do they do blood level samples on you?
Well, really, I think my only doctor is my arthritis.
Okay, well, I need to take you to my doctor, and they do a full blood workup on you.
A lot of people going down
and
right now.
Find out, are you borderline diabetic? Are you, low on iron? Are you low on testosterone? Are you high on estrogen? They have a base level as to where you are, and then they'll they supplement and make you healthier along with intermittent fasting.
Now I got hooked up with that, with the testosterone, and they said my estrogen was way wrong, And the testosterone was way
We'll talk
up.
about this. We'll talk about this privately. But I can get you dialed in.
I hope Walker likes them.
Bye. Okay, Lummy, we're gonna do the. So I do.
So Macho hits the first 11 seconds.
No, I get on here first and say get ivermectin.
Yes, yeah.
Benzerol, hydroxychloroquine here at reliablemedicines.com. Use promo code TB15 for 15% off. Your one-stop shopping for all your prescription-based medicines. Then he hits it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then then like he said.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Get ivermectin, fenbenzidol, hydroxychloroquine, stuff that you need. And, you don't want to go to a doctor and sit in the lobby and wait around. You just want to go online and get it. And you can get it online by going to Reliable Medicines, plural, reliablemedicines.com. Use promo code TBA15, and that gets you 15% off. Your one-stop shopping for all of your prescription-based medicines. Got a little video for you to watch.
2 years ago, Joe Tippin says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippin says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole, or what you give a dog when it has worms.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
And this is, listen, this is, when we had Dr. Dan in here last week, Lummy, he was like, yeah, this for real. Get ivermectin, zopiclone, fenbendazole, hydroxychloroquine, any of the antibiotics and other life-saving medicines directly from the pharmacy. Let me go to the website here.
We've had a lot of Bubba Army reach out, email us, and call us asking us about the website because they have been having trouble getting ivermectin from their pharmacist.
They're just like, for some reason, this won't give it to you. You can provide tracking numbers for every one of your orders and guaranteed delivery at your doorstep within 7 to 15 days. They offer 24/7 customer support with focus on 100% customer satisfaction. Use coupon code TBA15 for a 15% discount on all your medicines. Click on the link in the description to get life-saving medicines at the most affordable prices. You can get ivermectin, you can get the fenbendazole, you can get the hydroxychloroquine, all at the website that I am right here. Again, look at this. I think this is the Z Pack. I can never. The
azithromycin?
Yeah. That's the Z-Pack. You can go to, again, Reliable Medicines, and they have hydroxychloroquine, anything for pain, the ivermectin, viral care. They got it all. Stuff that you'd have to go and get a prescription for, you can get at reliablemedicines.com and use promo code TBA15 for 15% off. And again, it's a very user-friendly website. You can go on through. They provide you a tracking number, and they're a new client too. And Lummy, they're believing in the show, so hopefully you can believe in them. And this isn't a far stretch with regards to this is stuff that people need.
Yes,
this is stuff that people need, and it's always good to have a Z-Pack or some antivirals or some antibiotics or some ivermectin. It's good to have that laying around. Even if you're not sick, you're gonna, one of these days develop a cold or something that you're gonna need it for. And you already got it.
Yeah, when you're sick, just call in when Dr. Dan's in, and he tells you what you should have, and then just go to this place and buy it.
Yeah, reliablemedicines.com. here is the story where
dead lady
Gene. Gene, she is dead, but it's a tragedy.
Yeah, she didn't do anything. Maybe
doesn't matter if it's a woman that's
it's
good.
a tragedy to me. She ain't got nothing to do with me.
Gene, you're right. It's probably not a tragedy to you, but it's a tragedy nonetheless. What if somebody was speaking about your wife like this? This was somebody's wife, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's aunt.
Several families are grieving tonight after a popular fitness influencer and her date were gunned down outside a sushi restaurant in Fontana Sunday night. Gloria Zamora, a mother of 7, and Hector Garduno, a father of 4, were shot and killed, and authorities say her estranged husband pulled the trigger.
Oh, so
that's what you give for taking my girl.
She broke up, got a divorce, has children. The guy she broke up with or was married to is the one that pulled the trigger. Her date was a guy that had 4 kids.
Big dude, too.
Sandra Mitchell has more on this tragedy live from...
Which means, you know, if she...
He was harder on her than he was, so...
Gene, you don't know anything about this story, so you should probably shut your hole.
You're looking at the same pictures I'm looking at. What do you know?
I know that I got a pretty hot chick that's dead right now, and I got a young Martha Stewart reporting it.
And share that estranged husband also was killed by an off-duty sheriff's deputy who just happened to be in the area. This was in a very crowded parking lot, a shopping center with a lot of people around when the shooting started.
Isn't it amazing how bat crap crazy people get over their exes? And, you know, like they just... You know, she don't want to be with you. Maybe she even cheated on you. I mean, now this guy, well, the guy's dead. I think the gunman is dead.
Killed himself?
No, the off-duty. I think the off-duty police officer
took him out.
7 kids, no parents.
Whew, is that the total of kids?
That's how many they had. Yeah.
You should have realized that in the beginning.
Gloria here. I'm at Zoo Culture today. Come and do a hit.
Really hot.
Workout with me.
For thousands of women, Gloria Zamora was an inspiration.
I mean, we got a squat machine.
That's
just
why
like
she
that.
got 7 kids because of that.
11 kids total now without their parents.
A mom of 7 dedicated to...
Oh, she was a mom of 7.
Yeah.
And then the other, then the
dude had 4.
The dude had 4.
Yeah.
To empowering others through fitness.
Is it worth it, man? You've ruined. You're such a dick that you're going to go out and kill 2 people, one of which used to be your wife. And now you've made first of all, you're dead now too. So your 7 kids, you have ruined their lives. Ruined. Absolutely ruined their lives. And Gene, you know, I know you have some compassion in your heart as you went through the foster care system. And, you know, I don't know if these kids have to go through the foster care system or family comes and tries to pick up the pieces. But man, you can not like your ex. Your ex can go out with somebody that you not like. But why ruin your children's lives?
Neil Mount plays here, $50.
Thank you, Neil.
We have to get the music right. Does anybody else feel the same?
But Sunday night outside a Fontana
doing chest compressions, trying to save them.
Sushi restaurant.
Reports are coming in that 2 people had been shot.
Zamora and her date, Hector Garduno, were gunned down, police say, by her.
And I got to tell you, man, Hector looks pretty damn rugged.
That's what I'm saying. He was hammering at it better than the other guy, so that's why he had to kill him. And, you know, just I think, the kids might get better moms. They won't turn into hoes like her.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I mean,
Jesus.
Seth, can you help me at all?
There's got to be a good spot here. There's got to be a sunshiny end somewhere.
Seth, you being a responsible man, can you help me out with this wild man?
No, I think he's doing a good job. But
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our
I don't need to one that. Let me. I don't need. I need Macho Man to cut a new one that says not necessarily. The views and opinions of Gene Lasker are totally irresponsible, and we in no way, shape, or form
believe in him.
Acknowledge this. And he's now officially on probation and may not be asked back.
I do believe Gene speaks for the common man, so that's why I don't think
somebody believes in me. Somebody believes my views.
Yeah,
I'm
but
Gene Lasker, and I'm sorry for comments.
Offensive and could very much get us.
Life's offensive.
Well, it is. You're right.
Do you realize the Muslims are going to take over New York City soon?
Okay.
Uh-oh, what are you hearing?
What are you hearing, Gene?
Oh, the mayor?
Yep.
Oh.
were gunned down, police say, by her estranged husband. Garguno shot first. Zamora ran, but her husband chased her down and shot her multiple times.
Once officers arrived on scene, we learned that a female victim had been shot, a male victim had been shot, and then an off-duty...
I got to tell you something. I find myself carrying my gun. I got a permit, but now Florida's a constitutional carry state. Where if it's concealed, you can carry it. And not in certain instances you can't. I don't think you can at a professional like a ball field. Like you can't go to the Rays game with it. There's some limitations as to where you can carry, but for the most part you can carry. And like I went to get my blood drawn at Quest a few days ago, and I was like, all I need is my ID, my paperwork, and my insurance card. So but I'm like, you know what? Nah. And sure enough, I walk in there, and the place there's 40 people waiting, and what if one of it just takes one crazy dude,
right?
So I have my gun with me, and I'm like, and I try to strategically put myself in the corner, whereas if somebody came in shooting, I'd have enough time to grab my gun and at least return fire, or to get my switchblade out.
There you go.
The San Bernardino County.
Gene, I was going to give you another knife for Coben, but I don't think we need to be giving Coben a knife.
Why? He's pretty well responsible.
I know.
He's got that other one, right?
Well, I think we did give him the other one, did we not? The one that doesn't retract. Did you give him the other one?
He carries a gun sometimes.
Okay. I'm trying to think about what your wife would think, and I don't think I need to be handed. I think your son having a new pair of tennis shoes would be exactly what we need. No knife.
Okay. A sheriff's deputy engaged the shooter.
An off-duty San Bernardino sheriff's deputy shot and killed the suspect, Zamora's husband, Thomas Albert Tamayo Lizarragua. Both Zamora and Garduno also...
11 kids. She had 7. Her date had 4.
Died of their wounds.
Instead of you being supportive, you're over here trying to just bring me down, tell me that I can't do this.
The deadly encounter came just weeks after the
Wow.
Influencer and model announced on a podcast that she was leaving her husband.
You think you're all that? You think you're all that for you to go and work out and think that
hold on now. Looks like she might have been talking a little smack, Seth. You know what I'm saying? Like she might have been using her...
Yeah, because now she got a little bit of fitness in her, and now she's better than him.
Using her social media status to kind of call out her ex. And
he's the one who worked and got her so she can go over there and fitness.
That might not be the way to do it. Although Gene called mine out today with the spending structure infidelity.
You can be on social media come on, man.
Even bicycles are fitness. Let me just tell you something.
You're not even all that.
Zamora.
Hold on, did she say you're not even all that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Social media, come
broke
on.
the guy's heart and then ripped it out.
Hold on.
Snapped on his neck.
You're not even all that.
Zamora was also a personal trainer and mom to 7, the youngest just 8 years old. Garduno also was a dad to 4 daughters.
You know what? I feel for him. I feel for the whole situation because obviously she's got 7 babies and he's got 4. But he didn't seem like he didn't have a podcast and didn't call the dude out or nothing.
Nope.
She's the one that did the calling out. I feel most for him because
why he's sitting there doing a married woman. Feel for what? He got shot too for a reason.
And now 11 children.
It's against the Bible. You can't be messing with someone's wife.
They were Gene, they were going through a divorce.
Wasn't divorced yet, though, was he?
Without a parent, and Zamora's
And I'm sure he was hitting it before and that's what got the divorce started. That's why she got you ain't all that because I got this big old tattooed up dude now.
Let's lay in the pipe?
Yeah, a lot better than you.
Are stunned.
It's a shame she's gone, though, but,
does that not look like a young Martha Stewart?
Yes, it does.
Fontana police told me that they believe the apparent motive for this was that the couple was going through a very ugly divorce.
Do you think when she uses her podcast to say you ain't all that?
Yeah.
We're live tonight in Duarte. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Sharon.
They didn't show you the guy and they didn't tell you how he died either.
They didn't show the bad guy, the husband, the bad guy, he died because an off-duty police officer happened to be in the area and saw this all go down, and he tracked the gunman down and killed him.
Good man.
So good for the off-duty guy.
I sent you a picture of, since Gene asked, I sent you a picture of him.
Let's see what he looked
with
like.
her.
You mean you're talking about the ex?
Yeah.
Daddy Dead Man.
The daddy Dead Man.
Oh, he's a peon. No wonder she got rid of him. He's picked off the vine too quick. He can't be. He didn't do nothing to that.
He was picked off the vine too quick. You're saying he couldn't service that the way it needed to be serviced?
No.
Well, they provided. They produced 7 kids.
Well, you can spit, but that don't mean you gonna grow.
I don't know what that means. You can spit, but that doesn't mean you're gonna grow.
No, you just got to think about it for a little bit.
Help me wade through it. So.
I'm still thinking about it.
You're with me. Yeah. So let me. When I come back, Lasker probably doesn't know the
I don't know nothing.
intel that I have.
On who?
But on Hulk Hogan. But I'm not going to make it a big ordeal. I'm switching gears a little bit. But I do have some Hulk Hogan news. And I'm going to do that next. And I'm not going to be like, oh, I got the scoop.
Did he pop up? Has anybody seen him?
I got the scoop. Nobody else is going to tell you this. Please report it.
Oh, you were right.
Well, you have no idea how right I am. You have no idea how right.
I knew you were right.
I got some further inner circle intel yesterday, and let me just tell you, as much as I got clowned, and as much as the hate and the vitriol, Seth, you saw it, man. Some people appreciated the inside scoop I may have given them, but the majority hated me. You have no right to say that. You're wrong. Hogan's reps say that this is just a neck and clavicle cervical issue. He's fine. Who are you? You're just mad. You're a piece of shiz, fat ass.
Who said that to you?
Everybody. And I was right. Because let me guess what?
Yes.
He's still in the hospital.
I haven't seen any posts of him walking around.
I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to tease you with this. He's still in the hospital. So that would validate what I said. But I'm going to touch on it briefly. And, I'm not going to be arrogant or I'm not going to be boastful because I have the scoop and nobody knows what I know. Nobody knows. Well, I mean, the family does. Nobody knows what I know.
Does Hogan know?
No. Hogan, no, and I'll explain why.
Oh.
He does not know. Hogan does not know what I know. Now, you guys can start formulating your opinions on that. But I'll give you that payoff in 5 minutes.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I'll give you the belt, but you don't want it.
No worries. I'll just take in a couple other knives when they come in.
Because they're going like hot. Because you're getting free cards for them. I know what you're doing over there, Lover.
People love these, man.
I know what you're doing, Lover.
And talking about dinner. You know what? I got 150 guns I need to sell.
What are you? Listen, Mike Connors, he did all the stuff. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Kenneth.
Did he?
He grew up with Jake's wife.
Thank you, everybody. That PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Thank you.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh man. Because I can do everything myself, and I got thinking about that the other day. Matter of fact,
Gene, if Jeff can just get you
somebody buy.
Hey, if Jeff can just get you, Lummy.
Yeah.
Send that whole Generac top to Jeff.
I am. No, I got, and Jeff knows, Mike got Jeff his job, but Mike listens to the show.
Who's Mike?
Mike's like the head of every, like installer, everything.
I know.
He listens to the show.
But can you?
Yeah.
I want that. That's a long form air check.
That's going to Jeff.
Yeah. Because maybe I can get Gene a good deal on his too. Because Gene, all we need is Your electricians will do the work.
Yeah.
You just need the unit for cost.
Yep.
That's it. Which will save you 10 grand than having to buy it retail.
That's the way I want to look at it.
Thanks, Stumpy. I appreciate it. We've had some good ones.
Precision John's here.
Got all your goodies out there. I was sitting here looking on the phone checking on you.
Have him sit on the couch.
What's up, Dirt Merchant?
What's up, Precision John?
What's up, brother?
What's up, Precision John?
How's the motocross doing?
I had to stop.
You had to stop.
My shoulders are toast.
What do you mean it?
Don't be persistent.
I gotta go in and get surgery if I want to stay riding.
And what does that consist of?
7 months of
Rotator cuff, shoulder surgery's the worst. They say if you can rehab it on your own and you can still walk your fingers up a wall, that you shouldn't do it.
Walk your fingers up a wall?
Like this?
Yeah. Because what'll happen is I lock up right here.
You get what they call frozen shoulder.
Yeah, and that's it. It feels like soldering.
How do you know so much about that bullshit?
Because I have it, and I lift weights and do shoulder specific exercises
to keep from happening.
No, to build the muscles around the shoulder, but my rotator cuff still is torn.
It does suck.
But I've had three people. I've had 3 people do shoulder surgeries, and 2 of which were like, man, if I could have just rehabbed this myself, I would have never gone through this. It's the worst fucking thing ever.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not having them fillet me. There's no way.
What up, Dirt Merchant? What up, Biker? What's up, Michael? Andy? Paul?
So did you get rid of your bikes quickly?
Danny?
You knew you'd get back on them?
Thank you for handling chat, Seth.
I ended up
no problem. You on YouTube?
3 months.
That's the only place I dwell.
So I was thinking about with the podcast,
thanks,
instead of offering them available to anybody to download after the fact, to make them members only, and that way the after the fact people that are catching them on YouTube will have to go to your world to go get them. And in order to watch them, you have to be a member. Because we put them up for free, and I'm just trying to help those extra 450 that are watching it for free to go to your place.
We don't get credit.
85.
We don't get any credit when they watch it.
85.
When we watch it from live. Or when if they watch a replay of the video, it won't count towards.
I know that. So if we take the replay of it
It's so damn fast.
and we make them go to our podcasting world, now if they're a member, they can watch it live as it's happening, and because we get money for that because they're a member. But then we don't offer it up. We don't offer it on YouTube after the fact.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito Studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, Friday, June 27th, 2025. Let me go through a couple Trump situations here. Trump the stand-up, and then I'll get into my Hogan situation. But I was watching some Trump stuff I think he was talking to some United Auto Workers and things like that, and I think he was talking about how he saw a good-looking waitress, and you can no longer say that in today's world.
Why?
Well, Donald's going to tell you why. But I feel like, when most of the presidents that I've grown up with, when they are speaking or they're having a press conference or what have you, that it's kind of a scripted kind of deal. But I really feel like Trump tries to do stand-up. Like, I would hate to be a writer for Trump because I think he goes off the script so much that it feels to me stand-up-ish. Not that I have a problem with that. It's just that he's got a different style that I don't think anybody... I think half of people's hate... not half. I think some people who hate him don't like his interview / press conference style, how it's just kind of off the hip.
More jealousy than hate.
And all over the place.
I will never say good-looking waitress because looks don't matter anymore, in our modern society. She happened to be beautiful, but I won't say that.
And I'm certainly not going to say that I was going to grab her by the pee either.
I won't mention that, but nevertheless, a waitress came over, and I said, "How are you doing?" She said, "Not good, sir." "Why?" "The government is killing me on tips." And she looked at me, she said, "Sir, there should be no tax on tips." I said, "Say it again." There should be no tax on tips.
Hey, what's up with the guy in the back?
Yeah, he's got a skin condition.
You gonna make fun of the guy now?
Oh, Gene.
Poor guy's got a skin problem.
You're going to stick up for Johnny Skin Guy when you just talked about Mom who got gunned down?
Yeah, but you can see he's a devoted man for his wife,
right.
And he's not,
he's
not going to get killed.
You can see that he's a devoted man to his wife. And Gene, how can you see that?
Because he's that ugly, he can't be getting nothing else. So you better stay with what he's got.
Tips. I said, "That's the coolest thing I've ever heard." I walked outside. The press was there, as always, waiting for something bad to happen, hundreds of them. I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, please announce tonight there will be no tax on tips." And a legend was made. We won Nevada by so much. Republicans don't win Nevada. We won Nevada. So I want to thank that young, beautiful waitress. Thank you very much.
Now, is the no tax on tips part of the big, beautiful bill?
Yes.
And
yes.
Did that pass? Did the big, beautiful bill pass?
I don't think it's passed Senate yet. It's in Senate.
It's in Senate.
Yeah.
Did it pass the House?
Yes.
So it passed. Right. So it passed the House. Now it's got to go to the Senate, yes. And I just lost what I was going to play. Damn it! It started to click out of it. Then I clicked it, and I clicked it, and then I effed it up.
Dang it!
I can't re-find it either unless I go through all my deals. So I'm gonna I'll play this one particular little story, and then I'm gonna get into my Hulk Hogan stuff. Is it when they say the southeastern part of the United States? I think that's kind of us, right?
Yes. This happened. I think he said 2 miles from Cooper Lips.
Images, the mystery.
Well, nobody knows where that is, Gene. I mean, you're gonna have to give us a city.
Well, it's in. I thought you knew, so I'm sorry. It's in Georgia, like outside Atlanta.
All right, 2 miles outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't. When I talk about Atlanta, I talk about it being Atlanta, not Grouper Lips' city. So, sorry. I love Grouper Lips, by the way. Thank you, Grouper Lips. I didn't know you lived 2 miles outside of Atlanta. I do now.
The remarkable images, the mystery fireball over multiple states, calls to 911 in several states, in fact. Some drivers startled by a bright light streaking across the sky, some reporting shaking and hearing a boom. Was it a meteor or space junk? What the National Weather Service is now saying tonight. A piece of...
Lasker, you're such a dick, because if this came over your shop, you'd be on the phone with me so fast saying, "Hey, Sponge,
I would be calling 911 and all that baloney. My call.
I think there's some aliens that are landing over there by Steinbrenner
I drive
Field.
over there and look for them.
Mystery fireball over multiple states.
If that came over your house, you'd be on the phone so fast.
Calls to 911 in several states, in fact. Some drivers startled.
Sponge, what? I think Iraq's bombing us right now. What do you mean? Well, I got my money out of the bank already, so they can go ahead and bomb us all you want, but I was at my shop, and I was looking outside, and there's this bomb that came over. Don't forget, Lasker Lummy was the first person to call me when he thought we were going to World War III and ask if he should take all of his money out of the bank.
What did you tell him, by the way?
I said, "No, Gene."
Oh, he didn't listen to you?
I said, it's insured.
Diaco said, too, take half of it.
mystery fireball over multiple.
Well, he said I was guaranteed 100,000. So anything over 100,000, I took out.
So, but here's the deal, Gene. Guess what? There was no World War III, was there, buddy?
No, but I was ready for it.
Well, I know, but
you weren't going to catch me with my pants down.
Images, the mystery fireball over multiple states, calls to 911 in several states, in fact. Some drivers startled by a bright light streaking across the sky, some reporting shaking. And
if I saw that, I'd be like a little like, what the hell's that?
A boom. Was it a meteor or space junk? What the National Weather Service is now saying tonight. A piece of it came crashing through someone's roof, cracking the floor inside their home.
Oh, I'd like to see what space junk looks like.
Yeah. Piece of metal.
Here's ABC's Victor Kendo.
Tonight, this stunning sight caught on cameras across the southeast. A bright white fireball.
And I got to think, man, that's really hauling ass down. That go right through your roof. And I mean, you know, that could cause major damage.
Streaking across the sky, part of it crashing down to earth. Witnesses from Georgia, North and South Carolina, Virginia, and as far west as Tennessee reported sightings around noon. 911 call centers inundated. Some hearing a loud boom, saying they even felt shaking and thought it was an earthquake.
Man, we go crazy over one piece of space junk. Can you imagine if we actually got bombed? We'd all be going absolutely nuts.
Well, I mean, we've all been watching a war live on TV with Israel and Iran. So, I mean, to see those coming across the sky.
Yeah, you think one got by us.
I mean, my first thought would be like, oh, my God, they're attacking the middle of Georgia. They found our sweet spot.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know how you couldn't think that it was something bad initially.
Right.
Late today, the National Weather Service saying it appears either a meteor or space junk crossed the skies of North Georgia.
I want you, I did they go to the guy's house?
Emergency officials in Henry County, Georgia, outside Atlanta, believe a piece of that object may have crashed through a resident's roof, smashed through the
hole.
Oh, yeah, that's
all that it is.
Ceiling or cracking the floor. You can see the hole and the damage left behind.
Oh, that ain't
burn
nothing.
spot on the wood.
Catherine
Come
Farr
on.
capturing it on dashcam.
I mean, I thought it'd be the size of a basketball or something.
Yeah.
Not, a rock.
Well, it,
Video
it deteriorated going down.
I-85 in Anderson County, South Carolina. That ball of fire falling in clear blue skies.
I think it's just like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, It's really, really cool to see, but just definitely out the ordinary.
They found the dumbest girl to give the dumbest comment.
David, while it was a startling sight for sure, thousands of meteorites hit Earth every year. No injuries reported tonight. David?
But can you imagine that family that it came right through the roof of that home? Victor Kendo tonight. Right. Victor, thank you.
Like, man, hey, Dad, what? Some flaming rock came through or something. I'd love to see Coben report that because Coben's got a dry sense of humor anyway. So he'd be like, "Hey, Dad, what, Coben? I'm watching something. There was like a hot rock that came through the ceiling. It's on the floor. Well, clean it up, Coben.
He'd probably say, Dad, and I go, well, Coben, we're probably going to have a water leak. Water leak where? In my bedroom, like in the roof. Why? Well, there's a hole there now. Why? What'd you do? I didn't do nothing. Something fell from the sky.
And you'd be like, hey, listen, let me tell you something. You up there shooting your BB gun or something.
That's what I would think. He shot a gun.
Nothing just falls from the sky, Coben. You're lying. I'm not lying. A flaming rock, Dad. And you'd be like, Coben, man, you're really making stuff up nowadays. Sarah, I'm going to give him a whip.
I tell him, I say, come here. I'd make you bend over and pop him inside the head and say, wake up.
I'm going to have to give him a whipping now because you're got flaming rocks coming through your ceiling when really you're out there, messing around, screwing around. All right, so I think it might have been, I don't know what the first day that it was that I reported that, and I
believe the 18th.
Might have been June 18th. And on June 18th, I reported that, family members have been summoned to be on notice that Hogan's not doing so good. And it's a heart issue. And he's in the hospital. And everybody, it was very widely reported. It went viral. It did. Because nobody else had, up until I said something, nobody had heard anything like that. In fact, Hogan's people are conveniently using his Facebook, his Instagram, his X, and his various other social platforms to release old footage of him doing beer can signings, and they're just using older stuff that he has had on his phone or that they've kept or he's released prior to keep his social media platforms active. There's nothing new on there. So, matter of fact, the latest hate, if you will, and I don't want to make this. I don't want to say that I'm hating on it, but the latest information that's been not so pro Hogan-ish didn't come from me. It came from whoever's keeping score of his new Freestyle Wrestling Federation, and their first event supposed to be in Cleveland. I think sometime. Is it in July?
Yeah, they got a big arena too.
And I think they rented the arena out where the Cavaliers play. And they've sold 3, and his new, Freestyle Wrestling Federation with Eric Bischoff and another dude, some well-known MMA guy. By the way, Lemmy Charles, I think this is Chuck and Leslie. Yes, it is. Specifically for Gene Lasker. $25, Chuck and Leslie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad you're getting to see me. So the latest news on Hogan doesn't come from me. It comes from the people that are reporting that his new Freestyle Wrestling Federation, that he's partnered with Eric Bischoff and another guy, Iggy or Izzy somebody. He's a well-known MMA trainer of champions. Have only sold 380 tickets so far for that event.
It's August 30th, by the way.
August 30th.
Yes.
And that is
plenty of time.
It should be sold out by now.
In the Wolstein Center in Cleveland.
Okay. What's the capacity of the Wolstein Center? I heard 13,000.
Let you know for a wrestling event how big it can get.
You looking right now for
yes,
me?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan ain't going to be there.
No, I don't think Hogan's going to be anywhere. I think Hogan might be in heaven soon.
Whoa!
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's 13,610.
What makes you think he's going to heaven?
Capacity.
13,000.
He ain't done that much good in his life.
13,700?
Yes.
Okay. Lasker, this is where you really probably need to just kind of maybe step lightly and just that, or I'm going to turn your mic off because it just,
What about what's on the screen?
No, just about
speculating where Hogan goes.
Yeah, just about the whole Hogan talk probably needs to be just me. Maybe the other people that know how to navigate with me, but you completely do not know how to dance with me on sensitive topics, and you usually say something that could potentially be really
sensitivity is gone in this world.
I understand that, and it certainly left with you.
Okay, so why
and
do we have to
and it left with
accommodate
you?
it?
It left insensitivity abandoned you before it did the world. Okay, so
I don't know it. I don't know it. No sensitivity because it didn't give me none.
Right. So I'm just going to ask you to. Try to be quiet.
I got it.
Okay. Unless you have something that can help my story and not hurt it with some smart ass comment. So I reported on June 18th, and I didn't say I broke the internet, but it was a very much. You and Seth and Macho see and of course obviously Gary Cantrell. But I think that the Hogan.
It made TMZ. Like, what else do you want? Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I loved it.
Yeah. So me announcing that Hogan was in the hospital with a heart situation, and the family has been summoned and I think I said to say their goodbyes, and it broke the internet. It went viral. Everybody went crazy, and then immediately came Hogan's camp. And it's like he's fine. He's having complications on his neck and back, but he's fine. He's not on death's doorstep. He's not, basically, I think everybody will agree, calling me a liar. Basically calling me a liar. Then, is it Us Magazine? Is that who it was?
Yes.
Us Magazine did some more digging, found some more sources, and I would say validated what I said.
Dead nuts.
Validated that he's in the hospital, that it is a heart issue, and he's in a very, maybe you can find that article, but I think they reported that he's in very serious condition. Then Eric Bischoff doubled down after the Us magazine story and said, Terry's doing fine. It's a cervical issue, meaning like a back neck deal, and he might get released tonight. So that's now been nearly 9 days.
I sent you the U.S. Weekly or Us Weekly.
Mm-hmm. So I came out with it that morning, and Us or U.S. Weekly came out with it later that. Let me try to click on it.
You only brought this up last week?
Yeah.
Man, it seems like a month ago.
Yeah, I think Seth, it might have been on Monday. I don't know what day is it.
It was Wednesday. It was the 18th.
It was Wednesday the 18th.
Yeah, because the 19th.
So Seth, it was a week and 2 days ago.
Man.
Yeah. So here we go. At sick at 7, 8. I think it was towards the latter part of the show, wasn't it, Lummy? I don't know.
Yeah, it was about 8 in the 8 o'clock hour.
I say what
TMZ had it exactly at 10.
I said it. I said what I said. He's near death's doorstep. Family's been summoned. This is not a neck and back issue. This is a heart issue, and it doesn't look good for him. Oh my God! Everybody flipped out. Bubba's a liar. Of course it would be Bubba because he's got an axe to grind with Hogan. I really don't have an axe to grind with Hogan. I really don't. I can't change what I did. I'm not necessarily proud of what all went down. I know Hogan does not like me. I know Hogan became a very rich man because of, what I got him into or what we did together or what I exposed him to or however you want to put it. And so I don't have any axe to grind. And in fact, deep down, if I was to be totally honest with you, I wish we could be friends. I wish he would have accepted my apology. I wish that I could have talked to him post-verdict. I obviously was deposed for this lawsuit. I think I said the right things that bettered him to win the lawsuit. Gawker's big smoking gun was to put me on the stand and basically position me as a liar because when the FBI interviewed me, when I was talking to the FBI about another situation, the trolls, we think they're bad now, Lummy. They were really bad back then. They actually took a cat, cut it in half, and put it inside Stephen Diaco's mailbox. So we call the FBI to say, listen, this troll thing is getting out of hand. Me and the FBI, I tell the FBI who I think the troll people are and what have you. Me and the two FBI guys are in the break room. We're not even in the conference room talking about this particular issue. And the two FBI guys this is literally 2 or 3 days. I know I've told this story before, but I have to say it to set this up. Literally the Hogan, this was like October 14th, 2012. It's literally, the Hogan sex tape had been released like 3 days prior. I was still shell-shocked by it. And so we're in the break room. They're getting coffee. I'm getting a soda. And they're like, hey, two of them, hey, Bubba, man, what's up with that Hogan sex tape? And I go, I don't know, man. What the hell? They're like, well, did he know that you had cameras? Did he know he was being recorded? And I go, well, this is my exact words to them. I go, he lived with me for 3 months. So I'm pretty sure he was pretty familiar with what I got, but I can't give you an answer on that. I don't know if he knew my bedroom was recorded or not. I don't know. He lived with me for 3 months, so again, I reiterated, I said, again, I can't give you an answer on that because I don't know. That's what I said. They go back and write, I think what they call a 207, or it's a form that they fill out while they're doing a report. They go back to the office and these two numbnuts get together and they pencil whip. And when you pencil whip a report, it's when you lie on a report. And since you're a cop, nobody ever doubts that you're telling the truth or not because you're a sworn officer of the court that's supposed to be telling the truth. So they write, they don't even deal with Steve's dead cat issue. No, they don't go talk to any of the trolls. I mean, they know who the trolls are.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they knew who Ludlow was. They knew who Jack Stiefel was. They knew who Obus was. They knew these people that were causing us all these problems. They knew who they were, and they didn't even do one thing. But you know what? They went back to the FBI shop and they wrote a 207 report that said Bubba Clem acknowledged that Hulk Hogan knew he was being recorded and he had cameras all throughout his house. Well, that's not what I said. And I never, ever knew that report existed because I don't go down to the FBI every day and say, hey, can I see the new report for today? Anything about me? So when we go to depositions, Gawker's deposing me. They got this form that the FBI fills out, and in the interim, for the year that it was, for the year that separated me talking to the FBI to the time I was being deposed by Gawker, I had discovered that Hogan didn't know that he was being taped. So that's what I testified to. So they asked me, 46 different times, are you sure Hogan didn't know he was being taped? I'm like, yep, I don't think he knew he was being taped. So, is your testimony that he doesn't know he was being taped? Yep, my testimony is that he didn't know he was being taped. Are you sure he didn't know he was being taped? Yes, I'm pretty sure he didn't know he was being taped. So they had me in what I'm going to call a Martha Stewart trick bag. That is lying to a federal agent. Martha Stewart didn't go to prison for insider trading. Martha Stewart went to prison for lying to a federal agent. And so they had me. And they were and Gawker was high-fiving, and they're like, we're going to put Bubba up on the stand, and he's going to, and in front of the jury. Bubba is our special smoking gun that's going to make Hogan lose this lawsuit, because we're going to put Bubba up there on the stand, and we're going to say, Mr. Clem, are you familiar with when you talk to the FBI? And we're like, well, yeah, I guess. I didn't really talk to him. I was talking to him about a troll issue. Well, we have a report here by two agents, two sworn FBI agents, and who's the jury going to believe? Fat ass shock jock Bubba the Love Sponge, or two buttoned up FBI guys that are supposed to be,
FBI.
Option B.
Yes.
So they're going to believe, FBI guys. FBI guys are the best. Gene, you know that law enforcement never lies. Now, do they? They always tell the truth. Yeah, whatever. They're going to get me up on stand. They're going to say, Mr. Clem, what's the truth? What you told the FBI guys or what you told Gawker during depositions? I was going to be like, I didn't tell the FBI guys anything. Well, are you calling the FBI guys liars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you look real bad.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mr. Clem wants to call FBI guys liars. When Mr. Clem, during your deposition with Gawker, you 16 different times said Hulk Hogan didn't know he was being recorded. Yep. Is that your testimony today? Yep. Mr. Clem, you're now under arrest for lying to an FBI agent.
Whew.
That's what I was facing. So not when you got Kevin Hazlett, Jay Diaco, Brian Matroni, Gina Hunter, Greg Herring, Norman Cannella. Not when you got the legal dream team that I did, and Kevin and Brian and Jay are like, we're just going to have you plead the fifth. This isn't a criminal deal. This is a civil deal. You're just going to go up there and plead the fifth. That way you're not going to lie. You can't lie if you just plead the fifth. And Kevin said, hey, you know what? I have a pretty good relationship with Your Honor, and I'm going to go in there and ask her, instead of bringing Mr. Clem up here in a big dog and pony show with his big boy suit on, and make him plead the fifth other than his name and, whatever, just a few information they're going to ask for you. But every answer he's asked he's going to assert his Fifth Amendment. So why even have him come up here? The media is going to go crazy. It's going to be a dog and pony show. Can we just open court up that day and say, ladies and gentlemen, the next witness was going to be Bubba Clem.
Please understand that every question that was going to be asked to him, he was going to assert a Fifth Amendment right. So let's go on record by saying any question that you would have for Mr. Clem was going to be answered with his Fifth Amendment right. They didn't even make me. Kevin pulled such great maneuvers that they didn't even make me put my big boy suit on for effect and go up there and do the Fifth. So, Gene, that means I didn't lie to a federal agent, which means I didn't go to prison.
But that made Hogan hate you.
Well, it made Hogan win the case, is what it did.
I don't get the hate part. I don't.
What now?
I don't get why he's mad.
He shouldn't be mad at me.
No.
He shouldn't be mad at me at all. I made a mistake. And I'm not and my mistake led to, people stealing the tape and disseminating the tape and releasing the tape and the tape being broadcast, and that inevitably,
you got a new wife out of it too,
and that inevitably ended up making Terry Bollea a very, 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 very rich man.
Yep.
And I wish, while Hulk Hogan was in good shape and mentally capable of understanding what I potentially might have been saying to him, I could have had lunch or talked to him in some way, shape, or form. I don't know, three or so years ago, I sent Lummy down to the beach club and then to his house for Lummy to ask him to forgive me. And Lummy got a Clearwater City of Clearwater Police trespassing warrant. So
they guide you right out of town?
They guided him right out of town. He's not allowed within 1,000 feet of that place. So that's the story. That's the story. That's what it is. There's no refuting that story. That's what happened. So people are like, oh, you got an axe to grind with. No, I don't. I really wish that Terry and I were on way different and better terms today, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Because he knows, and I've been told by reliable sources that he has had conversations with, I know Bubba didn't do it, but I cannot have a relationship with Bubba because it'll hurt my image, his image, people thinking that we were in on the deal. It was a pro wrestling deal, when inevitably it wasn't. So selfishly, I've had to sit here and suffer for however many years and being the bad guy. Most people, until the documentary comes out, most people don't know the truth. Most people think that me, lock, stock, and barrel, I'm the one that let him bang my wife. I'm the one that recorded it. I'm the one that disseminated it. I'm the one that sent it to Gawker. I'm the one that tried to get paid. I'm the one that, tried to extort him for money. Bubba the Love Sponge is a piece of shiz. He's a fat ass. He's no good. He's a cuckold. It's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks that. I mean, G. Lasker, in your dealings with racers and people that know that I know you because you deal with the public a lot and you're out and about, that's what the majority of even people that are common friends think of me.
Yep.
I mean, Gene has to set him straight every time.
Every time.
Gene's like, let me tell you something. It didn't go down like that. That's not how it went down. So anyway, dating back to last Wednesday, I get on the air. I get inside information that says Hogan's not doing well. He's having complications from this heart valve that got put in. It's not a neck or back deal. And he's not going, it's not going well. I then find out, Lummy, 2 days later that he's on a ventilator.
Think he's still on it?
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Oh.
And so Us Magazine then, Lummy, the same day, hours even after, Eric, and so all of his reps and anybody that, is WWE, anybody that could come to Hogan's aid last Wednesday did.
Wolf Fencing 25.
Thank you, Wolf Fencing. And so I last Wednesday continued that trek of being the asshole, of disseminating wrong information. Why would you do that to Hogan? You've already did what you did to him. You're just God. You're obsessed with him. You're just always trying to. No, I'm not. You know what I am is I miss him, and he's my friend. And I'm absolutely embarrassed of how all this went down, and I wish it would have never happened. And quite frankly, I'm not going to cry right now, but quite frankly, my friend isn't going to be here much longer. And this is the time that I never thought would happen, but as he gets older and his health declines, it's not looking so good. And I was the asshole last Wednesday when I brought out what ended up being the truth. Hulk Hogan recovering from pretty serious heart surgery, Dateline 1 week ago by Daniel Trader in Us Magazine. Oh, this was MSM.
No, it was US.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was Us Weekly. Hulk Hogan is recovering after recently undergoing heart surgery, a source close to the wrestling legend exclusively told Us Weekly. Hulk had a pretty serious heart surgery a few weeks ago and was doing well afterward. It wasn't a near-death thing, the source says. The source said. Hogan has been recovering from the operation, but the insider clarifies he's not on death's door. Rumors about Hulk Hogan's health started circulating Wednesday after radio host Bubba the Love Sponge said Hogan, 71, was in the hospital and phone calls had been made to loved ones about getting to town and saying your goodbyes. I still stand by that. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody been able to refute that?
No.
Hogan's reps, nobody. Inside Hulk Hogan's life, outside, blah, 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 blah. The conversation about Hogan's health comes as the WWE Hall of Famer finds himself embroiled in a bitter fallout with his daughter, Brooke Hogan. Brooke explained why she has chosen to distance herself from her father and her mother, Linda, in a March social media post. Linda filed for divorce from Hogan in November of 2007. After more than 20 years of marriage, they finally finalized their divorce in July of 2009. I have completely separate reasons for going no contact with each of my parents, Brooke wrote via Instagram. No contact with my mom has nothing to do with my dad, and no contact with my father has nothing to do with my mother. Brooke said the decision was made purely on how they've dealt with me directly my entire life. After Brooke's revelation, a source exclusively told US Weekly that Hulk had been caught off guard by her actions. Terry's not speaking to Brooke is a much more recent thing, the insider said. Again, none of this, I don't know any of that. Like, this is not information I had. So anyway, Brooke had fraternal twins, a boy and a girl, named Oliver and Molly. She married ex-NHL hockey player Steve Olinsky. And by all reports that I'm getting, they're doing, her and Steve are doing well raising the babies, and she wants nothing to do with this particular situation. So the information that I got yesterday is this. Hogan is in intensive care, and he cannot be removed from intensive care. And the issue that he's having is this valve issue. And it's not that the valve is defective. It's that Hogan's heart is rejecting the valve. So when you have that particular situation, I'm not a doctor, but as it was explained to me, like if you got a defective valve and your heart around the valve can support the valve, then you put a new valve in, because medical devices sometimes are defective. But if your heart cannot support the valve, and that's the issue, and it's not a valve issue,
you're gonna have to have a whole heart.
Well, then, and that has been discussed for Hogan to have a heart transplant. But the problem you have there is they don't feel Hogan is strong enough. Heart transplants are for people that...
Why can't he be strong enough? He's a big old dude. Muscles all over the place.
He's been through 25 surgeries in the past 2 years.
Oh.
He just can't physically go under, and a heart transplant, maybe you can Google it, is anytime you go on, you've had surgeries, Seth. I think have you ever been under anesthesia before and had surgeries?
Just for a colonoscopy.
Right. So, but anytime you go under,
Put you under for that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. But anytime you go under anesthesia, it's they make you sign papers saying that you might die.
Yeah, because your brain might not wake up.
Well, I'm just saying. It's hard on your body, and
feel good's coming out,
and they're not so sure. Hogan, what's and the longer you're under anesthesia, if you're under, like for Seth, for 35, 40 minutes because it's a colonoscopy, they don't have to put you that far under for very long of a time. You're going to be okay. But when you go under for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're tricking your body into being asleep so that they can perform major surgery, that's just getting riskier and riskier and riskier medically. And then add the age. And let's not forget that Hogan's a big guy, so his heart's had to work harder. And let's not also, rule out that Hogan, has done anabolic steroids most of his life.
So you think he's having, he's having an effect of not getting no Dynaballs? So he's,
Gene, shut up. So, did you Google how long a heart transplant
Depends
is?
on the complexity of it, anywhere from 4 to 10 hours.
4 to 10 hours.
Damn, that's a long time.
So he can't, and so the latest news is he's in ICU. I don't know this to be true, but I was told. And allegedly, he is still on a ventilator. And allegedly, and I don't know it to be true, but I've been told that he is in a medically induced coma.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
So
you don't move around.
He's in ICU. Again, my sources tell me, allegedly, he's in ICU, cannot be moved, is not strong enough for a heart transplant, is in a medically induced coma, and still on a ventilator. And if you know anything about anything, that's not a good combination to be able to make it and be normal and potentially, and I say this with all due respect, but, I think that, I think that the end is very, very near.
Man, don't say that.
And I don't say that, and I want to have the exclusive.
They just need to give him a new heart, man. Just pop a new one in there.
Gene.
They do it every day.
Yeah, they do it every day to guys that are 46 years old that are in shape, and that's heart's not already rejecting just one simple valve. So if your heart's rejecting one simple valve, what's your body going to do when you put a whole new engine in there? Gene, if your transmission's blown, it doesn't matter what type of new motor you put in.
That's true.
Can I put it in your terms?
Yeah.
If your transmission is completely...
Man, I don't want the guy to die. He never even finished signing my book.
I don't want the guy to die because he never signed my book. So
what was the update? Like that
he's in ICU. He's in ICU. He's still on a vent. They cannot move him.
Oh.
He's not a candidate for a heart transplant, and he's in a medically induced.
So they trying like different animal parts for his heart to see which animal will hook up with him?
No, Gene, they're not going to put a pig's heart in him, or a cow's heart, or a bull's heart, or whatever heart you want to put, or an orangutan.
Why don't they put a titanium one in there or something? Everything likes titanium.
So, again, I should have turned Gene's mic off on this. He's making no sense. And again, I'm not saying this to be the scoop. I'm not saying this to go viral. I'm not saying this. I'm basically reiterating. I'm kind of doubling down on what I said last Wednesday with just a little more intel. I didn't know he was in ICU last Wednesday. I didn't on Wednesday know that he was on a vent.
But is his family visiting him?
And I didn't know that he was in a medically induced coma. I did not know those 3 things. Those are 3 additional things. I guess those are that's the additional information that I got yesterday. Again, allegedly, this is all allegedly. I don't know it to be true, but I have reliable sources that say to say what I just did.
And you think that so this means that there's no other options, and it's just a matter of time when they're going to take him off a ventilator?
I think that, in my opinion, and strictly my opinion, Seth, he is living because he's living off of machine. He's living off of machines, and he's only going to stay alive for as long as they keep him on a machine. And there's going to come a time, I would hope. I had to make this decision for my stepfather, and I did not want my stepfather to go any length of time living on a machine. Nobody wants, and here's a caveat. I was with Hogan, and he's mentioned it several times. You might be able to find it on the internet. He felt so betrayed by me, by what I did with the sex tape before he knew that I wasn't the guy that necessarily did all the bad stuff. But he often has reported that when his family pulled the plug on his father, Pete, that I was there. It was him and I when we pulled the plug on Pete. I think that his family is going to be mulling over that option sooner than later.
Oh, man.
And again, if any of his family's listening, I'm not trying to get the scoop. I'm not trying to, but he's obviously one of the most popular celebrities in the world. And this doesn't come from a person that has had, interaction, bad dealings with him. This comes from his former best friend. And he's still, as much as my son doesn't have a relationship with me, and as much as Hogan doesn't have a relationship with me, he is my son's godfather. So that's where it comes from. And it comes from, Nick, I'm sorry for what your family's going through. Your wife, Tanya, Brooke, Steve, Linda.
Terrible.
His wife, Sky, her 3 kids. It's Eric. I don't know who's all bedside right now and whether you're going to hear this or not, but please understand that I'm not trying to be Johnny, I got this scoop. I'm just simply trying to report accurate and correct news about one of my very best friends in life and one of the most popular people in the world.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
You did get a bump.
Oh, good, good. Thank you. Damn, man.
Big box, Willie.
Big box, eh?
Oh.
Fix your food there, man.
Huh?
Go fix your food.
Yeah, I will. So, all that medicine and steroids he took back in the day, does that not helping him? That doesn't help you. That doesn't
That
help you.
hurts. That does heart damage. That does long-term heart damage that, you pay for down the
So
line.
my racing t-shirt's gonna be worth more money now?
Maybe. You got any old Hulk Hogan wings?
What's that?
You got any of our old Hulk Hogan top wings?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The people who got them from us, they're.
Oh, they'd be worth some money.
Oh yeah, think about it. Hogan signed some of them for people that we gave them to.
I know.
Remember?
Should have kept a better tab on them.
Alright, I'm ready by meeting, stud.
You gotta go?
Yeah. I got a meeting at 9 o'clock.
In Clearwater?
No. Brandon.
Is your shop still over in Clearwater?
Yeah.
You still
Actually, I may be expanding at the end of the year.
same plaza?
No. You know where Honeywell is off of Homerton?
Yeah.
Back behind there.
Back there kind of by the airport.
Not the airport side. It's on the west side of 19.
On the west side of 19.
Yeah. If you look at
I know where it's at.
Yeah. Right. It's back there near Pinellas Park High School.
You're getting so much. You're getting.
I'm converting to about 50% marine business right now. Getting away from some of the other shit. And guess what? I hit the 6-0 on Sunday.
Well, I'm not far behind you, buddy.
You know what I got? You know what I got for a cake?
What?
Black roses. Wow. Like, you guys are.
Wow. Well, happy birthday Sunday, my friend.
Yeah, and I got you a couple of sesames in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you, John.
Take care of yourself.
I'll see you soon.
All right. Come on by anytime.
Thank you, Johnny K. Hi, everybody. I'm on Rumble right now. Gene's the best part of the show. I would agree. He's a tough, but you have to understand, he's tough to manage.
Oh, shit. I just ran over Gene.
That would be good.
He was at the fridge and I came in through the side door.
Hit him?
Yeah.
Coach Cooter, I know what hospital he's in. First of all, you can't get into ICU without family approval. And I can't.
I know there's a lot of dumb shit in the news, but man, this fucking Bezos wedding is on ABC every time I've looked up this week.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
Is he getting married?
Yeah, he's in Italy. It's a whole fucking thing. What up, Costica?
Johnny K gave us 100.
Fuck yeah.
I can't group her lips. I can't.
What up, Ron Vaughn? What's up, Dirt Merchant? Second time.
I'd love to go. Bubba, I'm glad that you did this with Gene Lasker. Lasker's already at 662, 632 on the thumbs up.
What's up, Thomas? The protesters threw like a guy that looked like Jeff Bezos. They threw him in like the water.
He's gonna get on it.
Holding on a package.
He's gonna get on those thumbs.
Johnny K. 100. Love him.
What's up,
Rezo?
What's up, David, Johnny, Robert, Inbound?
Oh, I got to be a little bit early because I got my Zoom at what, 9:30, 9:20, 9:20.
Thank you, Michael.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I guess there was a collision. Seth comes walking in and goes, "Man, I just ran into Lasker."
I think he broke my hand.
Oh no! We're gonna have to. Is that your powder coat hand too?
Dude, look at it, swelled up like crazy.
Well, I mean, you can't be under.
Oh, then what? I was in the refrigerator like a normal human being.
Rob Green, $50.
It is kind of engineered, kind of wonky, where the door,
It's
from the
a problem
outside,
looking to happen.
Yeah, it is. It's a problem looking to happen. Yes,
Well, it's my fault because I had just put the cream cheese in the fridge,
right?
And Gene would have never had to be in the fridge if it wasn't for me.
Exactly, because I'm looking around for it. It should be right with the bagels.
You were trying to responsibly preserve the cream cheese.
Yes,
Seth.
yes.
Good job, Seth.
Lummy
job,
said I
Seth.
did a good job, but
Yes.
never.
Ow, my hand.
By the way, Johnny Costico, ladies and gentlemen, Valper, Rezo, Indiana. P1 Lummy, he's absolutely P1. Love Johnny K. $100 on the PayPal.
Thank you.
I've been looking at chat. and people are like, listen, Bubba, go pay your respects, go to the hospital. That would be.
You can't do that.
First of all, in order to go to ICU, you have to have a family member accompany you. For one, two, they don't want to see me. They don't want to see me. And if Hogan was conscious, he doesn't want to see me. If he wanted to see me when he was conscious, or if he ever regains consciousness, he will say, I'd like to say goodbye to Bubba, or bring Bubba here. But that's not going to happen. I wish that would be great, but I don't know that Hogan will ever regain consciousness.
Oh man!
But if hearing your voice can do that,
well, I was there when we pulled the plug on Pete. Might as well be there when I pull the plug on Terry.
That's a bummer. Is my NWO racing suit going to be worth more money now?
What's that now?
My NWO racing suit.
Well, it might be. I mean, Gene's all about the money.
I'm just wondering. I'm not all about
Gene
the money.
He's got 6,000 Tico poles to powder coat, and he was worried about, his NWO suit being.
I'm just thinking about the days when we was racing. He would come to the shop with a couple of buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And just sit down and watch TV, and nobody bugged him. Nobody talked to him. Nobody, messed with him unless he talked to us, and then we talked to him. He just relaxed and was cool. Was out of all the
good old days.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So you were absolutely right in everything you said. Why aren't they circling the wagons to put you over?
Because
when they try to bury you?
Because God forbid that Bubba be right. That's the mentality of all of media, radio, TV. God forbid that Bubba's either one, a victim, or two, he's right. And
well, here, this for your shorts. Bubba was right, y'all. Y'all need to put him over the way you tried to put him under, you bunch of marks.
Thank you, sir.
He said that's for the short.
That's the short. Hey, Gary, he said, Gary, get your editing tool ready. Here it is. But it's amazing in the fact that, last Wednesday when I brought this, and really my message today isn't much different than Wednesday, other than a few details with regards to the medical induced coma, slash it's the valve, not a candidate for a heart. They are the family's scrambling around trying to find cardiologists that you haven't. But you can find the smartest cardiologist in the world. They're going to give you the same information that the current cardiologists are giving you, and that is timed out. You're timed out, bud. It's like a set of wheel bearings, Gene. When they wallered out, man, you just can't repack them. They're done. So I was right last Wednesday, and everybody made me out to be the bad guy. And you know what? I'll probably be made out to be the bad guy today too. But you know what? Here's the thing. The information that I've disseminated, dating back clear to Wednesday, was some pretty serious information, validated by Us Magazine. But Lummy, if I was wrong, and everything that I've said, some of which is pretty, inside baseball, like some of it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Hogan and his people be telling me to shut up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth, if you were a big time celebrity and I'm giving erroneous information about you or somebody in your family, wouldn't you, and it's not correct, it's the furthest thing from the truth, wouldn't you be having your reps or your lawyers or somebody contact me and said, hey, bud, shut up. You're wrong.
It's far in life and death go. I don't know. I don't know how that plays out, but I feel like if that's all really happening with Hogan, then his family's probably pretty well insulated from the outside world, and
that's why you're not hearing anything.
Well, I don't know. If this hits their radar, and if it does, if it affects them, or they just chalk it up to.
Well, my first round last Wednesday hit everybody's radar.
Yeah.
So that wasn't too far from what I'm saying currently. I just gave a little bit more inside baseball terms, but it was right along the lines of what I said, and not a peep other than people trying to do, Eric Bischoff's and others trying to not be truthful and divert what was happening, continuing to double down on the neck back procedure complications. Whereas, if I'm completely wrong, you have your, you shut me up. Shut up. So, anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. And, I know that I'm right. I don't want to be, God, I wish I wasn't right. But listen, as far as people saying, I can't go to the hospital. I can't.
Should I?
No.
Oh, God. You don't hate me.
Well,
that's
I know,
a good point.
I do know what hospital he's at.
He sponsored my car for years and years.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, drop by and just, thanks for sponsoring.
Well, I could bring, I got,
NWO.
You could just show up as a friend. Didn't you've seen him since you've seen him since the sex tape's been released.
Yeah.
And asked him, well, I'll let you tell the story.
Well, I went over there to the surf shop, and I had a big old line, and I kind of got cut across and got past the ribbon and got up to the front, and I looked over at Hogan. I said, lines are really, I can't wait in that line. I'm gonna get right up here. And
By the way,
he grabbed me, pulled me right over to the side of him, and he goes, I don't want to talk about Bubba. And I go, yeah, I don't want to talk about him either. and so I got to stand up there with him, and I knew not to say nothing to him, because what could I say to help you or help him help you, and
right.
You guys get back together.
When he says, Gino, come here, and his first thing out of his mouth is, I don't want to talk about Bubba. He's put you on notice not to talk about me,
right?
And you brilliantly threw me under the bus and go, I don't want to talk about him either. But that's his mindset.
But I had no way to talk to him about you. What do I know? I wasn't involved in none of that, so I really can't speak.
No, I know. And so,
I didn't know the truth for a long time. Remember, what I thought happened wasn't the truth.
No.
And then you set me straight, and I went like, wow, I even had wrong. I thought I was
if one
right.
of my best friends doesn't even know, then,
right.
So, Gene, maybe we... I don't know. I think it's so disrespectful at this point to make it a radio bit.
You can't just show up to a hospital.
I think, Gene, it's so far down. I think we're so far down the road now that, like, if he was conscious and up, and
then I'd go see him.
Yeah, and he knew. Oh my God, Gene, because you and him always had a special relationship, because there was a lot of times where he would get a hold of you privately to come fix something, or to powder coat one of Nick's drifting frames, or you did
a lot of things I did for him.
Yeah, you did. You guys were, I introduced you to him, but you were also his friend on your own without me too. But I don't think
we didn't mark out to him strongly, and bug him. He'd come to the race shop and just sit down and eat chicken wings with us and hang out, and nobody bugged him. So he liked the relaxation.
So.
Damn, man, now you're making me feel bad.
I know, but here's the deal.
Bubba's reports could be very wrong, Gene. Hogan could be surfing by noon today.
Right. According to Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
According to Eric Bischoff, he was supposed to get released today by noon.
He's on the jet skis.
Yeah, he's going to be on he's going to be doing Seth, I think he's actually going to do an appearance in Cleveland and try to boost ticket sales a little bit. Hello.
Oh no.
Yeah, Gino, can you?
All right, you didn't tell me, Lum.
No big deal. He was quick.
All right, no big deal.
Yeah. Bubba was quicker.
I was quicker. Let me see. As soon as you gave me that, I'm like, boom, I'm done. I've gotten pretty good at that, Seth. You got boom, boom. It's a two-hand deal. I got to take him off the air first, and then disconnect the phone line. So all I got to hear from you is and I'll be like,
way to know you people.
Hi, who's this?
This is John from Jersey.
Hi, John.
If they have a public funeral, will you show up at the funeral?
No. Not unless I was given assurances from Nick that would be okay.
What do you think? There's going to be a celebration of life at Hogan's Beach Shop?
I don't know.
I could see that.
I mean, Hogan's very narcissistic that he might want a full blown,
He wants it on Monday Night Raw.
He might. Now, here's the thing, Seth.
Parade down Clearwater Beach.
But here's the thing, Seth. When you don't formatically in wrestling, when a wrestler of any type of name, especially, listen, you can argue about Hogan's position in wrestling, sir. Thank you, appreciate it. Now, but he's one of the greatest of all times in wrestling. Not now, not today, but they do the 10-bell salute anytime that they've lost a wrestler. It would be interesting to see how big of a production WWE makes of this, because arguably some people will say that he put him and Vince and taking wrestling out of the territory and making a regional deal was the birth of the modern day wrestling promotion. And they did it and with WrestleMania 3 being one of the greatest of all time with him, and then that's when Andre handed the torch over to him, and then he had one hell of a run. It would be interesting to see how big of a promotion they do. Do you see them doing? I see them doing a huge promotion. The WWE.
If he passes?
Yes.
I think he's still alive, right?
Yes, he's
okay.
Still,
all right.
Yes, but
okay.
I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just trying.
We can speculate. If I die, you can speculate that anybody's going to die. You almost killed yourself hitting the Transcans today.
That's true. If they were metal, I'd be a goner.
Exactly. I think it would be a huge.
I think they do the 10-bell salute like they did for Chris Benoit, like they did for Dusty Rhodes, and I think that will be the extent of it.
Oh, I don't.
No
way.
Not for Hogan.
No way. They will babyface and put him over. It will be a huge opportunity for them to get the older eyeballs that have left the WWE for one particular night or element to come back and pay their respects. I think, in my opinion.
How would they do that? Like, what do you see them doing?
Every wrestler going there wearing red and yellow.
No. But John Cena, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Triple H, just the absolute Mount Rushmores of wrestling, all doing, little 30-second to a minute. I remember wins, like that shoestringed in with a special Monday Night Raw or a special SmackDown dedicated specifically to him, and every wrestler, every major wrestler doing a reflection upon their time, their experience, their good experience with Hogan. 10-bell along with that. It's like the whole night would be dedicated to him. That's what I predict.
You think Trump makes an appearance?
Yep, Trump makes an appearance. Yeah, Trump makes an appearance. Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
This is Jamie. How are you?
Good, Jamie.
Hey, I just wanted to call in, Bubba. I wanted to kind of give you some flowers here. You have been eating a Kraft sandwich and a white T-shirt for a decade plus now over this situation, and to find out the information you had was actual and factual, I'm glad to hear it. I just wanted to give you your flowers. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and I can't wait for the Honky Tonk Man tribute to Hogan.
By the way, Hogan does not. I can tell you some insight. Hogan hates. Honky Tonk's real name is Wayne. He hates Wayne. Hates him with a passion. One night in Memphis, they wanted Wayne. Wayne had the Intercontinental Championship belt, and they wanted him to drop it on TV that night, and then come back like 3 weeks later, and for him to re-win it on a pay-per-view. So business-wise, that was Bischoff's and Hogan's, reasoning, which makes business sense. If you're gonna drop the strap on a, you don't ever drop the belt at a house show. When you drop the belt, it's got to mean something, unless you're trying to bury a guy and you're just dropping the belt and you're going with a different direction, and then that belt will be contested by somebody else. But I was there, and so Hogan, Wayne, Honky Tonk. This is one of the reasons why the Honky Tonk hates me so much, Lummy, is because I witnessed this. And so Bischoff goes to Honky Tonk and says, Honky Tonk, we're going to have you drop the belt tonight, but we're going to have you re-win it. We're going to put the belt back on you. And by the way, you don't even have to lose clean tonight, but it's going to be a double screw job, like, double DQ, interference, Willie, guy rolls you up into a small package, referee's not looking, next thing you know, like, it's not going to be clean where you look like a jobber. You're going to get the belt basically stolen from you tonight. It's going to cause a big high spot, and then we're going to come back in 3 weeks on the pay-per-view, and you're going to win it back on pay-per-view. Which, Seth, for business, that makes, you're not losing it. You're not getting screwed by doing a job clean. You're getting a double DQ deal where a guy rolls you up into a small boy or a schoolboy kind of deal, and, it's all big whodunit, and then you win it back on pay-per-view. That makes all the sense in the world with regards to wrestling business.
That's strong writing.
Right, that's good writing, that's good business. So he tells Bischoff, I ain't doing it. I am not going to lose the belt tonight. I got family here, and I ain't losing. So Bischoff's like, yeah, I got you. The script's written. You're losing. So he goes, no, I'm not. So he calls his wife on the phone and runs the finish by her.
Oh.
And so, and comes back to Bischoff and says, I called my wife up. She thinks that's the stupidest finish ever. Well, Bischoff goes, listen, you know what? I don't have your wife under. Bischoff was stiff. I will tell you this, except for to Nash and to Hall. He was stiff. Like, he was a pretty good booker. And he goes, you know what, Wayne? I don't have a contract with your wife. I got a contract with you. And I think at that time, this is when Turner and WCW was way over. Remember, Seth, for a while they were picking off WWF guys and just paying them like unbelievable amount of money.
Oh, yeah, the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, and so, like Turner had more money than God at that point. And like, Wayne made like $250, $300 for Vince and had like an $800,000 guarantee with WCW. Like,
damn,
for half the dates.
Wayne deserves it.
And so Bischoff goes, I don't have a contract with your wife. I got a contract with you, Wayne, and you're dropping a belt tonight. And he goes, goddamn, I ain't dropping a belt tonight. So Hogan walks in. And, Hogan Hogan had to whip. Hogan was the only guy. I don't know if Seth can help me out if it's since been done, but Hogan was the first guy to have creative control, where he could absolutely turn down. He controlled his finish. He controlled everything. I don't know that anybody's been given it since. I'm sure that Roman Reigns has some
guys have influence. Like
yes.
Cody has influence. Cena has influence.
Yes.
The Rock, Roman.
So, Hogan he's the kind of the first guy that started that. Rock obviously has it. Probably Stone Cold had it when he was there. Taker probably had, Taker certainly probably had it to an extent, but didn't utilize it. Taker would do a job if it made sense. So Hogan goes, Wayne, I'm telling you right now, if you don't lose that belt and you don't drop that belt tonight, I'm calling Brad and I forget what the main dude that that reported directly to Ted Turner. He was like in charge of the wrestling division of Turner Broadcasting, TBS. And he said, I'm calling Brad I think it was Brad Weiss or Brad, I don't know what the guy's name was. And Hogan was the only guy besides Bischoff that had the ability to get a hold of this dude. And this dude was like, Bischoff's boss, and only answered to Ted Turner. And that's who Hogan cut his deal with.
Man, I would just change the match at that point.
And so Hogan goes, either you drop this belt tonight, the way Bischoff wants you to, or I'm calling Brad Weiss, whatever the hell, Brad Siegel, and getting you fired for, insubordination. So Honky Tonk went out, dropped it, left the building, raised all kinds of hell, and then wore Terry out on the cell phone weeks leading up to the pay-per-view that he was going to get it back. And then you know what Hogan did? They screwed him on the pay-per-view and didn't give it back to him because he was such a dick.
Oh, no.
That's why Honky Tonk hates me so much, because I watched it all.
I just have from my source, Honky Tonk is bedside right now with Hogan. They're mending the fences.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, brother, I'm really sorry. Listen, brother, my heart hurts and everything, and I'm on a ventilator. I'm actually in a coma right now, but anyway, I'm kicking out of my coma. I'm gonna tell you right now, Wayne. I should have never made you drop that belt in Memphis, brother. Your wife was right. That was a real crappy finish.
I think those are the things that you do apologize for when you're potentially at the end. You look at all those things where you.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you'll call Taker up. Go to Mark. I just want to let you know, man. I'm sorry for getting heat with you on that bomb that you dropped on me. That my neck didn't hit. But I needed 4 days off with the kids because we had a family vacation planned.
Taker doesn't like Hogan, right?
No, doesn't like him.
Yeah. But now's the time.
Because Hogan did him dirty, man. Hogan did Taker dirty.
Well, yeah, I heard he wanted those few days off. So he said, oh, my neck, brother,
my neck. Brother, you just did my neck, brother. And so Port Callaway, he had to go like 3-4 days. It's before they had like instant, like the tape department had to kind of find it and isolate it and give it to Shane, and Shane got it to Taker, and they watched it and like watched it 3 or 4 different angles, and like Hogan's neck, the top of Hogan's head was like at least 4 inches from hitting the mat. Like it didn't hit the mat at all. When Taker gives you the tombstone, the only way to get hurt is if your head hits the mat. That way it compresses your neck. But Taker locks you in so snug, and his legs are so thick that when he hits it, you don't hit. Like he takes care of you. And I remember Taker was like, I did not. I laid that in perfectly. And ever since that time, he respected Hogan and let Hogan did his dog and pony show, having his own dressing room and all that kind of deal. But Taker didn't ever really, have a meaningful or friendly. They would acknowledge each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the boys did not like Hogan. I mean, if you go to X or Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, Facebook, and you like Bret Hart hates him.
Oh yeah.
Guess who hates him more than anything right now? I replaced this guy as his best friends.
Keith Yeager, $100. Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Ed Leslie.
Yeah.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Hogan has done him dirty in the latter part of his years.
What?
It's just so Madden Crusher, but you got me, brother. I just remember
he did when Taker supposedly sputted him. Taker gets his hand raised, and as he's rolling out, man, Hogan goes, "You got me, brother." Straight spud. And then they actually brought out like the medical gurney unit. Like Lummy, they were doing the X.
Well, what do you expect? Your franchise is, lying there holding his neck.
And meanwhile, Taker was relatively not, he wasn't in the position that he wasn't Taker with regards to, being the highest entity. He was just still trying to catch on. You know what I'm saying?
His whole family was in the arena too. He thought he was getting fired.
And I think Taker's actual comment was, I'm screwed. I just hurt the golden goose.
Yes.
He's like, I just hurt the golden goose. And then Taker was he was so mad. And Hogan was out jet skiing the next day in Clearwater. No neck problem. Hogan didn't go to one doctor at that point. You got me, brother.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Ask him what the situation is, because I can better direct. It could be Brian. It could be Gina.
Okay.
It could be like, give me. Is it a divorce?
We had some good
is it a
times too, man.
Is it a domestic violence? Is it a? Because there's.
All right, I just texted him back.
Yeah, give me.
When I first seen that tape come out,
We don't need to know too much about it. Just what direction it is.
Woo, we making some money now, boys. Thinking it was like the Pam Anderson thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
I don't get it. You know, it's some things I just don't get. Wonder who he left all his money to. Scientology?
Oh man.
His wife, I'm sure, right? You know?
Let's see.
His wife.
Nobody talking to me. I'm out of here.
What? Seth?
What? No, what?
You used to talk to you?
No. I said nobody in chat say anything, so I'm gonna go pee real quick.
You got me, brother.
What?
You got me, brother. No, you got me, brother.
Man, Nick's gonna be a basket case if his dad goes. That kid don't know how to act without his dad.
Oh yeah. Good morning, Xerxes.
And then Brookie's gonna be all upset because she was mad at him before he got to say, "I love you, Dad."
What's up, some other best Travis?
Terrible thing, terrible.
It is. You need to get a Gene Lasker voice. Need some thumbs up, Gene.
Thumbs up.
See. Where's Gene's voice? How was that bagel?
Bagel was delicious.
How about that? Glad you're getting to see me. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Of course, Mike Derriman.
Man, dying sucks.
Yeah, Tom Turtle, R.I.P. We got Tyrone out there. And Terry.
I just want to be in a point in my life that
What's up, Wet Ice D? Look like they were coexisting yesterday.
my wife is set up for good. Nobody can get
Hey, Lummy.
Yes, sir.
Will you find me the dancing song? The Hogan, Where Did You Go?
Oh yeah.
Where did you go? Your skin is like leather.
And it's great when the hallway smells like bagels. Macho Man didn't get his muscle juice.
Oh yeah, me muscle milk. Oh yeah.
I know that V8 can't be good warm.
I got it.
These fucking sesame seed bagels are strong as fuck.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Bubba, I got a package from Leslie Mullen.
A package? Sam.
Yeah. It's kind of exciting.
Well, think we should open it up there, cuzzo?
Yeah.
Man, that's a badass roller coaster right there in Dollywood.
You having a hard time finding it?
I'm getting it.
I think it's called Hulk, Where'd You Go?
Yes, yeah.
Would you ride that thing right there, Bubba?
What?
Would you ride that?
No.
broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I bet you Cantrell is having a heyday. Let me with that. Cutting it up.
Oh, we already got a thing
including the caller that says, "Hey, you ready for the cut up?
We already
ready for the reel?"
Got a short on Facebook that's already I think it's been up for like 3 minutes. Has 4,000 hits.
You're kidding me.
Beefcake. Brutus's wife is in there.
Really?
In the comments, yeah.
And what is she saying?
She said he is in the hospital.
Bubba's not lying?
She said, someone said, oh, he's not even in the hospital anymore. And she said, yes, he's still in the hospital.
Yeah, there you go, Barbie Beefcake.
That's right.
Backing me. I don't know how appropriate this would be at this time, but I do know that Manson sang a song when Hogan left and moved to Miami.
It's a good song.
And he... we didn't hang out anymore. They were shooting Hogan Knows Best. They did a couple seasons here, and then they did a season in Miami. And that required him to be gone, for wasn't it like 6-7 months?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And I think, I'm going to be quick on the, stop, start, pause, and maybe get out. If it's not, I just remember it was like me missing him.
Oh, you were? Yeah. No, I mean...
I just remember this is a song about me missing him.
And
maybe that would be somewhat appropriate. Now, is that... By the way, Seth, he has a package he has to open up from Chuck and... Is it from Chuck and Leslie?
No, it's from Leslie. You're probably unfamiliar with her, but she's...
Chuck and Leslie. I know who Chuck and Leslie
This
are.
is just Leslie from Connecticut.
Oh, this isn't Chuck and Leslie's Leslie. This is Leslie.
Yeah, I don't think you know Leslie.
Oh, okay.
She listens to the show for the liberal aspect of it, and I showed you a picture of her like 4 years ago, and you couldn't believe someone that looked like that was listening to the show.
That hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So she sent me something.
She's not a fan of mine, obviously. She's a fan of yours.
She loves the show. You would never expect someone like that to listen to the show.
Nearly 800 thumbs up. Gene Lasker brings in the money and the thumbs up.
I think this song will make you cry, tear up.
Yeah, this
Where'd you go? I miss you so.
Lummy, shut up.
Sounds like leather.
Don't spoil it, Lummy.
I'm letting Bubba remember the song.
But should I put a poll up by saying, should Bubba play He Misses Hogan song or not? Because it's saying goodbye, and he's not gone yet, but he's slipping.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be considered, inappropriate. It could be considered classless.
Would you hold a press conference at City Hall today with this info?
No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Once he does pass, I wonder if the media is going to come to me.
For what?
I think you just probably answered my question now. Probably not then.
Well, wait till they find out about the doc. And then when they find out about the app, and then they're really going to have some questions for you.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we need to pal around a little bit more because, if you go or I go, we're going to feel bad that we didn't pal around some.
I was just thinking about that in the parking lot. I think that we need to spend some time together during football season this year.
Something.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. Maybe, have you guys come over to my place, and I got a really big TV. I got an 80-inch. Watch a game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you open up your package from Leslie?
Oh my God, dude! I cut myself.
What?
Well, good for you because you broke my hand
with the knife. There's blood.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Right here. Look.
Lummy taught him how to use it.
That's a
What am I getting blamed for?
I suck on that.
Dude, okay,
I suck that blood out of
that doesn't
That is a speckle.
That doesn't prove
that
anything.
Is not a. That is a cut. Is like a cut.
You broke the skin.
It was a speckle.
So
I'll suck that speckle right from your goddamn
Tell me
thumb.
something. What did you do? Did you just hit that button and poke yourself with it?
Yeah, I did, Gene.
Gene, if it didn't have that safety device, it would have probably went through it. Okay, buddy.
So, I'd like to open up your package.
You didn't show me no safety device. You wanted me to get hurt.
Yeah. This is from Leslie, Connecticut. You said
this is from Leslie in Connecticut.
I'd like to see a hot picture of her again.
I bet you would.
Let me. Don't forget, for those that just want to
You
come.
said it like she's not.
For those that want to come to BARP. Now, you don't get the ring and you don't get to come on Thursday or Friday, but you do get to come to BARP with a guest. We're now making that $1,200.
Felix, $20.
There's probably a lot of people that...
Are they allowed to go on the food line twice?
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Gene Lasker, and you're a 1,200 guy, so you need to get the bag the hell out of here.
There you go, Bubba. It's, she sent me a Yukon magazine because she knows that I love their program. It says, to Seth from Les, a rare liberal Bubba Army fan.
The poll's up, by the way, for the song.
What's it say, bud?
Should Bubba play the Hogan song?
No, well, okay.
Yeah, of course he should.
But I mean, this really is
sad.
Very, very sad.
Oh, it's a sad thing that's going on.
Very sad.
You know, if you're in a induced coma, that's pretty sad.
It's a sad world. Just like
I mean,
Gene
that's
said.
my little monkeys was on induced coma before they let her go.
That's Gene's talking about his daughter.
My daughter
who passed.
Oh, I got one more boot in the face left for your ass.
When you coming back to T-Town so we can run hard?
I don't know. I got to get back, dog.
We were running the hardest when I was down. Man.
You miss them days, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And listen to how young he sounds.
And you sound young, too.
We were best friends, just inseparable, best friends. Out, broke, no job. Now I'm hulked up and you're nowhere to be found.
Well, I know life changes, don't it?
He used to lay by the pool and drink Miller Lights and got on the boat and traveled on his private jet to wrestling events, and pretty much sucks that I don't have one of my best friends in town anymore.
Hogan's in Miami.
But I mean, it does, substitute Miami from, not doing medically too good, and it really makes sense.
Wasker said, stop being a pussy.
And here I sit. I'm doing fine, and I plan on keeping it that way at least.
The old wobbler dobblers. Nobody ever knew what that meant.
I'm holding the belt now, dedicating it to Hogan.
Now people aren't always telling me I'm gay, so I take out my rattler and I get all up, cause my heart's so broken. I miss you, Hogan. We used to take yellow birds and drink some beer, but I miss you so much, I feel like a queer.
Where'd you go? I miss you, bro. Wish I knew how to quit you. Booty, come home. How where'd you go? I miss you, bro.
I mean, this is sad.
Yeah. Especially know what's going on now.
Especially when you know what's going on now. Yeah. I feel like crying.
I knew it.
Your tan skin just like leather.
Hootie, I miss you so much. I miss you. I miss him.
I got mixed feelings about it.
Well, people want you to make up with Manson after hearing that.
Yeah, well, that's never going to happen. I got a better chance of Hogan ripping out his tubes and us doing a tag team together than making up with Manson.
Really?
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Your tan skin's just like leather. What up, Alex? The perm. Yeah, I don't like the way YouTube's got these names rolled out either. It's really fucking stupid. So please don't go. Internet Fred. Hope you're feeling good, man. Have a good one. I was looking up some Clemson cards on yesterday for one of my buddies. K Klubnik, lot of hype still. What's up, Hoss? What it do, Car? Car was a big supporter my first time around. What's up, Scott? All right, Robbie, let me know, dude. I got to sneak in the locker room and steal some of that practice gear. Oh, I know Xerxes. I never forget. What up, Sicilian? I just know there are people that still were still, I don't know, still paid attention to some of the stuff that I was doing outside of when I left here, which was cool. What up, Jay Bowler? I know you are, Robbie. Don't worry about it, man. I know it'll happen sooner or later. You know, Dabo's got stuff lying around he doesn't need. Shit, Tony Stewart gave me something. I mean, just let them know that.
Yeah, a shirt off his own back. Say that.
A shirt off his own back. Oh man, Berto, I don't even know what Funko Pop it is. What's up, LM Clothes? That's right, I can know you even without your name. You too, I'm pals. SS96, take it easy. What up, Granny Loves Anal? Aaron Thompson, Aaron Smith, I don't know. I changed In Your Face to Drew Garabo Live. A magic. What's up, 305?
Do it, you.
Yeah.
DJ Tiz. Thank
I
you,
wonder
Gary.
what my wife would think about it. As long as I believe in God, she's probably good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, Berto.
Hogan's going to heaven. He accepted Jesus Christ as he got rebaptized.
Berto, let me get you your mystery box
I
before
thought
you
you said
send me
you were a
anything
scientific
else.
guy.
He's a scientific guy, right?
What up, Fast Freddy?
We cover both sides. He's going to be covered by God and then also...
Yeah, he's got Xenu and God he's dealing with.
There was a restaurant in Orlando called Fast Eddie's. That place was fucking good. What's up, Lunger?
I gotta tell you, those fucking sesame seed willies are pretty damn good.
Bagels fuck, man. Thank you, I remember Tall. Listen to them all, baby. We got like 1,500 episodes. Go back, listen to some blasts from the past. Who'd do an episode with Bubba? Gene? Can't be me. We got Clement Kush. We we got planned for Gene content. I just don't know if the sitting down for a podcast is worth his time. I think it'd be worth what the end result would be, but he's a busy man. He's got 100,000 telephone poles to pick.
100,000, say it.
100,000. No, we just made fun of you for being a lonely bitch, Mike.
Interaction is key. Interaction. Call now 813-90-BUBBA. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Vicariously entertaining.
Thank you.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, and soon to be terrestrially syndicated on an FM talk station in Panama, part of the JVC expansion. Speaking of JVC, I'll have Gus from, I think, Emerald City Harley. Is it Justin Hunley?
Justin Nunley.
Justin Nunley. He's a huge influencer.
Yes.
I mean, huge. Maybe I could say, hey, Justin, can you start putting, can you help me out a little bit?
He likes racing.
And then Shannon Burke, as JVC expands into Panama City with the purchase of CHR Island 106, the FM Talk, I think it's 101.1. Then they got like a country station, and then some other station. I forget the other one.
I just sent you a picture, Bubba. I don't know if you had seen it yet.
Oh, was it the one I made? Oh.
Did you make it?
Yeah, I did show even Gene. That was between you and I.
Who made that?
I did.
Did it come out? I didn't see it.
I did.
Oh, there you go.
I did, yes. Earlier.
Lasker wish he looks that good. Lasker's like, hey, man, how about can you send that to me? I'm going to send it to all my friends. Let everybody know that I'm boots on the ground in the Hogan.
That ain't me.
That's you. You saw Hogan.
I mean, Gene, if you know what, let me.
You gonna AI me over there to him?
Let me. If you did this in black and white,
yeah,
it might
go over.
It might go over.
Look at Hogan looking all sad and droopy-eyed.
Hogan wishes he looked that good right now.
Hey, Lummy, what did you type into AI when you got that picture made?
Can you create an image that has Hulk Hogan in hospital bed with looking sad with a person next to him, and they're both giving thumbs up? And I sent a picture.
You're a jerk.
Oh, then you
seriously.
Then you sent a picture of Lasker.
Yeah, I only got one picture of Lasker.
What did you say about Lasker? Making him look like an idiot?
Hold on, Gene. Hold on. That AI guy is a far better looking version of what you look like currently. That guy's rugged. He got striations on his arms. Whole 9 yards.
69 on his head.
That guy's probably 40 pounds lighter than you are. So the big story, really big in Tampa, but it's big nationwide due to the fact that he was arguably, one of the up and coming fresh faces of the Major League Baseball, and that was Wander Franco. The Rays had just invested $185 million in the guy in a new deal. And then, so he was found guilty yesterday in the Dominican Republic on a 3-judge panel of hooking up, having, I think, sexual intercourse or something like that with a minor.
Shadow Panda, $20.
And he was sentenced to 2 years prison suspended, meaning he's basically on probation. And he doesn't have to. I think during this entire time he's been bonded out too. Has he not? I don't think he's been in prison.
Yeah, no, I think he's been bonded out and just hanging out in the Dominican.
So they gave. Now here's the deal. They gave Wander Franco 2 years in prison, found him guilty, and then was suspended, meaning he just for 2 years now is under he might be under house arrest, or he might be in really has to have an ankle monitor. He's big time on probation. Gene, you know about that. Like if a guy's on
suspended his probation,
right? So, but
if you do something wrong, you're going to do the rest of the 2 years.
And you got a good lawyer. He can keep if you got that's having a pretty damn good lawyer keeping you out of you get a 2-year prison deal, but suspended probation. That's Kevin Hazlett type
Kevin
stuff.
Hazlett all day.
Yeah. Now the mom of the 14-year-old girl that Wander Franco was blasting.
What did she sell it to him?
She basically sold her daughter to Wonderland to the tune of what, Lummy? Like $85,000 total. Something like that.
It's like monthly payments, I think.
Yeah, it was about $80,000 monthly.
Here's the news.
Wow. We begin with breaking news at 5:30. A panel of judges in the Dominican Republic just found Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco guilty of sexual abuse of a minor. As a result, they gave him a 2-year suspended sentence, meaning if he fails to meet the conditions set by the judge, he will have to serve prison time. Those conditions are not to interact with any minors with sexual intentions. We have reached out to the Rays to hear if they have any comment at all. The question now becomes whether Franco will even be able to receive a work visa to return to the U.S. to play for any Major League Baseball team. We'll let you know.
I don't think he can. And here's the thing: the Rays retain his rights.
Nobody's looking to give a work visa to a guy that was just convicted of sexual abuse with a minor.
Formerly bald balls Ron 25.
But what I'm saying is. So the Dominican Republic investigation's over. But Major League Baseball still has an ongoing investigation. And
did they investigate? I thought they just put him on the commissioner's exempt list.
Nope. It's still ongoing. Major League, let me look it up for me. Major League Baseball has an ongoing investigation that's not been completed yet. And they're going to have their own investigation. That would probably determine. Now, Babyface says he doesn't care who says what. The guy will never play baseball again in our country. I think that he might be one of those, not generational talents, but one of those guys that could do his time, like Michael Vick, that do his time, and he's so good that the Rays, being in a smaller market, not catching as much heat as if you were the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Cubs or something like that, that the Rays could maybe fold him back in solely based on how the Major League Baseball investigation goes.
Yeah, they're still investigating. They haven't come out with anything.
So, if they don't come out with anything more than what the Dominican Republic found, I just don't know what if Major League Baseball will have a penal part of that, meaning a punishment phase of that, where they say, okay, yes, we understand that your country found you 2 years in prison suspended, but we find you suspended from baseball, like Pete Rose. They made a ruling on Pete Rose after he gambled that he'd be suspended for baseball for the rest of his life, and they didn't lift that till he died. So, Pete had been found, I think, was there a criminal? There was a criminal case on that.
Yeah, with taxes, I believe.
Right. But then Major League Baseball did their own investigation and says, okay, we know what the, judicial system, I don't know what they found Pete. I don't know what Pete's sentence was or what the municipality that Pete gambled in, what type of punishment he received. Obviously, I don't think did he do some prison time?
He failed to report $354,000 filing false tax returns, and he did go to prison for 5 months.
He went to prison for 5 months.
He got a 5-month term.
So there you go.
But Wander banged a child. I don't know where we see him getting back into the equation.
So how much time did the lady get?
So here's the thing. So Wander Franco gets 2 years suspended for banging a kid. She's 14. Like, so she's not even like 17, close to being 18.
Yeah, but that's the Dominican Republic, and they're ready at 10.
Well, the age of consent in the Dominican Republic is 18.
Gene, that they're no.
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our advertisers or this radio station.
That's such a poor country. I mean, you could buy the girls, you could buy the mom, and he probably bought off the judge, too.
He did. He bought them all off. And,
well, he ain't buying America.
And the mom got 10 years.
There you go.
No suspension, meaning like no. She's doing.
She probably
10.
got the 10 years because she told on him.
The mother of the victim in the Wander Franco case, Martha Vanessa Chevalier Almonte, was found guilty of sexually trafficking her daughter and sentenced to 10 years in prison, according to various reports.
How did he get caught? What caught him?
The 14-year-old started tweeting about it, I think, talking about how she didn't want to do it anymore. There was something that came out, and then they started investigating where those tweets were coming from, and I think that they finally started to unravel it from there.
Oh, poor
kid.
kid.
But it started out as the kid saying that I don't want to do this anymore, and then I think that's what kind of got alerted authorities into looking into it, a little bit. And Seth, wasn't there like the mom was demanding like one more payment, and
she wanted a new car.
Yeah, she wanted like an Escalade.
And Franco said, buzz off. I'm not getting it for you.
Yes.
And I think that also was an irritating factor as well.
Well, that cost him.
Let me, did you get I think you just missed the Venmo. Drunk?
No, Matt Hoxie, $50.
Yeah. There you go.
You get it before me.
Matt Hoxie, 50. Well, I guess I do get it for you.
Yes, you do.
Now, is this local? Tornado
Largo.
hits? Local. Man, that is a tornado. Look at it swirling.
Yeah. Just wait till you see the mobile home.
Now, was this yesterday?
2 days ago, I believe.
I like it. Oh yes. How you doing, ma'am? Good to see you.
And I seeing you. Didn't know what channel you're watching today.
Can I borrow that golf cart?
Wow. Give you $50 for that golf cart.
Look at it, standing up. No way. Is this real?
Yes.
Yeah, this is an AI, Gene.
Well, I was telling you, why didn't it break in the middle? Fall.
It's good quality mobile home.
That's it.
I'll tell you, the good quality mobile home is the one that we're watching it from on their Blink camera, because it looks like to me.
Didn't even bend
it looks like to me it didn't even break the garage braces.
No, it bent them, and that's all.
And
it came back down.
Oh, then it came back down. Hold on, let me watch this. Hold on, watch this again. So it rips it open like a can opener.
It's probably still in good shape.
Here's what I don't understand, Gene, is like golf carts don't weigh that much.
No, why didn't it fly?
And so, like, if maybe
picked
just
that whole thing up, but then
maybe that was just on the very end of the edge of the wind, in the wind vortex, because the golf cart didn't move.
Yeah, it's just one of them things you can't. Mother Nature. Falling back down is the greatest part of it. Look at it. Look at it.
Right here. Ready?
Yeah. Boom.
It does look like the TV's on. See it?
Yeah.
In there?
It is. It's still on. Look, it's the news.
Wow. Is this a different angle on me?
No, I think
that's the beginning of it.
Yeah.
That's when it was in good shape and straight. See how straight and nice it is?
Oh, yeah.
And I want to be inside that one and go for a ride.
Gene, you talk so much crap. There's not a one of us that would want to be in that house. I mean.
Boy, look at it. Tear that roof off of that other house.
Oh, but I also sent you a video of something that I think you'd find. I think everyone find interesting. It's a new sport for animals.
Oh, is it more AI of dogs diving?
No, it was.
You really believe that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
And Seth will back me up that I debunked it.
I mean, my dog will run and jump off of that, but it's not going to do a backflip with a triple gainer with the forward reverse, flip.
I will tell you, man, if we get your King Corso to do that, though.
Man, I had to bolt the muzzle on her last night and let her sleep that way all night. I didn't even get good sleep because my dog wasn't getting good sleep.
Hold on. Is this it right here, Lemmy?
Yeah.
Okay. We've already watched this. Why are you watching it?
Just like Gary reminded, you wanted to see if Gene believed it.
Oh, yeah.
But
So,
No,
Gene,
I don't.
Gene,
I
you're
watch
trying
it
to
with-
tell me that you put a muzzle on your dog all night last night?
Yeah.
Why? Was it biting?
Yeah, she trying to bite the baby, and twice in one within an hour.
You mean tried to bite the baby Corso?
Yeah.
Like
Well, she did bite her. I mean, the first time, the second time she went after her again.
It wasn't play biting. It was
No, she made her bleed.
She did?
Oh yeah, right on her nose, right on her snout on the side.
So did you yoke her
I put
up?
her, I put her in her kennel. I was mad at her, and then
Did you tell her how bad she was?
And then we let her out to go outside, before they go to bed. And coming back in, the baby came to the door, which we had the door shut so they wouldn't go jump on our bed. And the baby came to the door, and then so Khaleesi came to the door, and the baby tried to jump, be friends with her, and right again. So I didn't know what else to do, but I don't want her biting the baby,
Right.
The problem is the baby's going to be bigger than her. So when this baby grows up to be full...
Hold on, but Khaleesi knows she got to get in the baby's head that she's alpha.
Well, maybe.
And
but Khaleesi's just mean. We made her mean, and it's our fault.
What's that?
I made her mean, and it's my fault.
How'd you make her mean?
I just made her mean. We
tug of war and playing rough with her.
Yeah, and put her through training.
Mean training?
Yeah.
We've already seen all this stuff, Lemmy.
I know you said the other day that when Gene came in, you wanted to see if he thought it was real. And by the way, on the mobile home park, I guess the lady was inside the whole time.
She was?
Yes.
She got ride.
That was one hell of a ride, huh?
She just got some bruises and cuts.
Is this a good call on one, or is it,
it's good.
it arch nemesis?
It's good.
Hi.
Hey, good morning, Bubba.
Hi, buddy. Is this
LH?
Is this LH?
LH.
LH.
Hey, I thought y'all was done with that.
What does
tornado.
LH stand for?
LH? I don't know what LH stands for.
Lottery,
Lottery. No, I just say LH because I just don't like my first name.
Okay.
What is it?
What's your first name?
That's why I say LH.
That's
me.
Well, what's your first name? I don't like my
Bubba.
first name either.
Is Bubba your real first name?
Nope, Todd is, but I changed it. Well, yes, it is. I changed it legally.
Mine's Eugene,
That's what
so
I
I got both of you.
Right.
Eugene Francis.
Thomas Francis.
Hold on, Eugene Thomas Francis. Tell me that ain't all.
I know, man.
Yeah, no wonder you go by Lasker.
Just call me LH.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. LH.
What do you
but
got?
I thought y'all was done with the tornado story.
Yeah.
But I hear you talking about it now. But the lady was in the house.
Yeah, that's what.
I wanted to ride with her.
I called in too early. Yeah, she had a cat too, and that golf cart that stood there, she was under that at one point. That's the only thing that didn't move. She was in the house though.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. It's like I can't understand how a 400-pound, 500-pound golf cart stays.
The vacuum didn't come that far.
Right.
But the house, house gets sucked up. I guess
the vacuum was right over the house only.
It was right. I guess the vortex of the vacuum might have just been right over the house, and was the golf cart wasn't part of it.
Right, but the lady, she was on a radio. The woman that was in the house, they was on Drew Garabo yesterday.
Oh, okay, great.
Her daughter, because Drew know the girl, Stephanie. Her daughter is Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
So she called in on the show, and her mom was on the show with her. She was explaining. That's why I know.
Drew probably has had a threesome with both.
I don't know. The lady like 76.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she say she was in the house with her cat, and she made it and the cat made it.
Good for them.
But I ain't hear you talking about it. That's why I called. But I didn't know you was.
We didn't know what
we
we just seen the picture.
Yeah, I don't have a personal relationship with them, but I did cover the story. So hopefully, that's good.
But I know Alami was going back to the dolls because yesterday you was saying you was going to try to trick Gene to see if he'll believe this was true or not.
I could feel
dropped
Gene
the
out.
ball.
He knew that.
Yeah, you fumbled on that one.
Yeah, I fumbled on that one. You're
All
keeping
right,
score.
fellas, I'm going to continue.
Appreciate you, LH, for keeping score, making me look and feel stupid. That's what you
What's
do
that
well.
first name, LH? Come on.
Speaking about somebody who'll probably never play in the league again, Justin Tucker from the Ravens, who I think they cut amidst these allegations. As a free agent, he's not been picked up by anybody. The Baltimore Ravens field goal kicker, who I think within the last 10 years or something, the most accurate kicker in the league.
Oh yeah, he crushed it.
But last year he had the worst season ever. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Had the worst season ever. He's been suspended by the league for going to all the kind of like the Deshaun Watson. Let me go to these massage parlors, whip out my wiener, and get a happy ending. And I think there were 16 of these girls that came forward.
Yes.
Yeah, 16 of these women came forward and said that he'd been actually kicked out of a few different massage parlors in the Baltimore area where he was not allowed to go there. The league finally got through their investigation, and he's now been suspended without pay for the first 10 weeks. As teams get closer to the playoffs, and if maybe one of their full-time field goal kicker would happen to get hurt, which is rare, I could see him potentially getting picked up. If not, Seth, I don't see this guy ever playing in the league again.
100% chance he plays.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's that good?
I mean,
I guess field goal kickers are such a commodity that if you get a guy that's one of the best ever, what's a little massage, a little jerky, right?
I mean, what was nobody cared about Deshaun Watson?
Exactly.
I mean, his contract broke records, so you got a little kicker that's going to be able to come and help you when your kicker sucks. Towards the end of the year, you're going to pick up Justin Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, his allegations were from 9 years ago too. Watson was 2 years before that.
Diddy sued. You're about to get that Diddy love, he told this man before he raped him.
Oh.
Supposedly. Is it a man or? Yeah.
Oh.
Diddy is sued by a man. This is up and beyond the trial that's going on in New York right now. Diddy is being sued by a man who claims Diddy sodomized him at a house party after telling him,
he didn't want it?
You're about to get some Diddy love.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's how do you sodomize a man that's,
says no.
Able-bodied? I don't care how big the guy would be. I would put Shaq.
Don't matter.
Shaq would have a hard time sodomizing.
But do you know what they were given at Diddy parties?
Quaaludes.
Oh, knocking him out, making him weirded out.
Yeah, making him he can't fight back.
Yeah, well.
The Bad Boy Records founder is being sued by a man named Brandon Adams, who claims that he was invited to a party by Diddy in 2021 only to show up and be sexually assaulted. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Adams claims he got the invite from a chauffeur that he met at an LA gas station. When he showed up, he says that he was told to keep his phone in the car. Inside the bash, he claims that he saw celebrities but didn't interact with him and had alcoholic drinks that made him feel dizzy. Adams claims he found an empty bedroom, collapsed onto the bed, and fell unconscious. He says the next thing he remembers is feeling a hand unbuckling his belt and saying, he says he asks what was going on and heard a man's voice, what he believes to be Diddy, say, "You about to get some Diddy love." I'd have to be completely sedated to the point of not even being conscious enough to know for them to take me that way.
I need Diddy to go to jail. There's got to be a break of people that are suing him and everything at this point. I just think that we all need to detox a little bit.
Yeah, I think we all need to Diddy.
He needs to detox from being a massive, massive pervert.
In the suit, Adams claims he was rolled onto his stomach and onto his side and told, "Don't worry, you're about to get a great massage." He said he turned his head and saw Diddy sodomizing him.
Oh.
Adams claims he tried to protest, but Diddy grabbed his back and his neck, the back of his neck, and threatened him by reciting the information on his driver's license, which Adams says had been scanned by his security upon entry. So I guess they're saying when you'd go to one of these parties, they take your driver's license and they would scan it. And then when Diddy went to go give you some ass sex that you didn't want, Diddy recited your name, your address, your birth date, and all this other personal information. So at that point, I'd be like, bitch, I could care less where you know I live. You're not putting it in my butt.
That's right.
I'm sorry. I'll give you my address. He says Diddy finished up and left the room. Adams felt pain and a vile sensation. Adams claims he tried. Now, you know what, Seth? I mean, just like a girl can go get a rape kit, can a guy go get a rape kit? I think he can.
You're going to go to the hospital and say that?
Well,
any man in the world?
I mean, you make an interesting point. You just probably go home and take your lumps.
No taking no lumps. How about getting my gun?
Okay. So, Gene, I go to the hospital and say I've been raped. You go get your gun and shoot the guy.
Right.
Adams claims he tried to confront Diddy but was intercepted by security guards who carried him to another room and told him he could either play along or leave the party like nothing happened, or leave the hard way, which he says he played along with and was told to sign an NDA. He claims, well, that would be easy to prove, right, Seth? I mean, does this NDA? Well, I would say that Diddy's probably shredded all those things, right? He didn't want to leave any of that evidence.
Any
behind.
NDAs lying around?
Yeah, but that ain't against the law.
Sodomizing a guy against his wishes is not against the law?
If you sign paperwork, it ain't.
Well, yes, it is.
Why?
It is.
You can't rape someone. And
We can't say, hi. The document I'm going to sign is...
He's saying rape now, but what if he wanted it in the beginning?
He didn't want it. He
went to the party.
It didn't mean... Going to a party doesn't mean you want to get ass sex. Going to a party means you want to have a few drinks, intermingle with some people, maybe find some bitches, or if you're into men, find the man of your choice, not one that's drugged you and raped you and then made you.
I think he's jumping on the boat for getting the free money.
Look good. Then get that free money.
Because if a man gets it like that, he wanted it.
He claims once he signed, he was escorted to the exit and allowed to leave, but he says he got pulled over on his way home and arrested for DUI, which he blames on the lingering effects of the drugs that he unknowingly consumed. Can you imagine, Seth, the cop pulls you over, you're like, officer, I know I was speeding, but I'm trying to get home as fast as I can.
Diddy raped me!
Because I've been anally raped by P. Diddy just down the road. I think the guy hauls you in for, I think the guy Baker acts you at that point.
Yeah.
He DUIs you for sure.
Adams is being sued. Adams is suing Diddy for sexual assault and battery, and he's going after him for more damages. His lawyer, let me lock it in, my friend.
Uh-oh.
P. Diddy's writing a big-ass check. You got Busby on the case.
Guilty.
Tony Busby, who got the, 20-some women that Deshaun Watson got happy ending massages paid. The Texas attorney representing a slew of alleged Diddy victims, and the suit was filed during Diddy's criminal trial. Worth noting, none of Busby's clients have testified in the Diddy trial. Diddy's legal team tells TMZ no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sexually trafficked any man or woman or adult or minor. Well, now that's a lie. We live in a world where everybody can file a lawsuit for any reason. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident that he will prevail in court. That would suck. You go to a party, and you're like, oh my God, here's J-Lo, and there's Jay-Z, and there's, oh my God, oh, I'm starting to feel a little fuzzy. I'm gonna go lay down a little bit here. Next thing you know, P. Diddy's all up in it. Then you protest a little bit, be like, hey, I didn't want that. Sir, you can sign this NDA and leave, or do it the hard way.
I think P. Diddy told everybody about his parties. Listen, this is what happens.
And then the guy comes in and says, hey man, I want to get drugged
Hold on,
up.
Gene.
I want to get done in the butt. Come on.
Let's have you play, Gene. I'm at the corner gas station, and you're P Diddy, and I'm an attractive African American man, and you want me to come to your party? Like,
I said, P Diddy, I heard about your parties, your white
hold
parties.
on. We're gonna role play here, okay?
All right.
Hey man, are you P Diddy?
I don't want to be P Diddy.
Yeah,
you're P Diddy.
You got to be P Diddy. That's the game we're playing.
No, I'm for the guy and the other guy.
No, you're P Diddy.
You got to tell Bubba what goes on.
You started down that path of being P Diddy by saying, "Hey man, if you're P Diddy, you just tell the people this and tell the people that." So
Yeah,
you
you
started.
just
No, stop.
I'm sure he did.
Stop. You're playing P Diddy.
All right.
You started to play P
All right,
Diddy.
I'm P Diddy.
And now I'm going to do some role playing
Call me
with
the Great
you.
White One.
Hey man, are you P Diddy?
I'm P Diddy.
You live around here?
I live wherever I want to live.
I know, but like, you got a house here or something?
Yeah, I got plenty of houses. You want to get?
You partying?
Yeah, we got a party going on right now.
You do?
You got any white clothes? You got to be dressed in white.
Yeah.
White only.
Oh, you're having one of your white parties?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah,
are you gay?
No.
If
You're gonna be.
you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Kurt Morgan texted me and told me to tell you that he hung out with Sumo last night.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He's up at IRP up in Indiana.
Right.
Tony doing that.
That celebrity midget
celebrity.
race.
Yeah, he was fast time.
Tony was?
Yep.
Of course he is.
He was nervous. You see old Tony's face getting in the car. He was nervous.
Yeah, but isn't that cool that Tony's that much of a badass that he could go against?
Especially because, he was racing against Newman, and Newman's been running open wheel sprint cars now every week.
Well, he was racing against also the best midget guys in USAC.
Well, no, yeah, but I think it was just celebrities. It was like I don't know who else.
They had
Sammy Swindell got on his head.
I know, but they got Justin Grant in there, and they had some fucking ringers in there.
That's going to race with the stars.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't get to watch the end of. I watched him practice. And was only of the stars running. Who's that picture of? What is that?
That's our guests.
That's our what?
We're getting ready to do a Zoom call.
Oh. Who are they?
This is way beyond your comprehension. Just behave, okay?
Okay. They look like rednecks.
Just behave.
Like me.
Charles Ramsey, 25. Gene, we need more of him often.
Bubba, can you talk to them? They're freaking out.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
They can't hear nothing.
Hold on.
Who can't hear nothing? People can't?
Yeah.
Testing one.
Hey, guys. I got you. You guys got me?
What's up, Bubba?
Hey, guys. We're going to be on in about, 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
How you doing this morning, brother?
Good. Looks like you guys are having some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Breakfast of Champions. We were out with Shannon last night, so we got to soak some of that stuff up.
Where Shannon was bitching that he wanted to be on the Zoom. That bitch is probably still in bed.
I told him we were going on at 8:20, and he said he'll be there.
Please. All right, so I'll be back in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, Gus?
All right, brother. Thank you.
And nice to meet you, Justin.
Good to meet you, brother.
All right, buddy. I'll be with you in a minute.
Joel, scoot around here behind in between me.
Where's Shannon?
Shannon's on the Zoom.
He's what?
He's supposed to be on a Zoom.
Oh, he is? Jeez.
I don't think he's logged in yet.
Thanks, Rosh, man. Appreciate it. We broke Hollywood Mike. I think it was also important to have the conversation about the rising cost of pancakes in our country.
They go clean it all up because they care about TV. Get it right. Get it right.
I spy a core bottle.
I need that picture, man. I gotta put that up on the wall. Yeah, I was one of the last guys to see Hogan. We got gone.
Fuck yeah, dude. Nice job, Berto. I don't know, Reggie. I have been seeing ads for that in the paper.
Oh, well, you got 40 seconds.
You got 40 seconds. Hey, how long are we on?
We'll be on as long as we want. I don't have a boss. We can go 10 minutes. We can go 50 minutes. Don't matter.
How Mike, you just keep popping up every time we talk about you.
What's that? All right, so we're going to be on 18 seconds. Here we go.
That means you lost.
Where's the merch crate?
Merch Crick's, she's packing and shipping merch. Here we go.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
So we're going to go zoom now to Fort Walton Beach. I don't know if now, Gus, is your actual dealership in Fort Walton Beach, or is it like in Destin or Valparaiso or something like that?
Nope, right in Fort Walton Beach on Beale Parkway, man.
And you guys got a charity ride going on this weekend, and it's unlike any charity ride because it's actually been promoted and maybe thought of by, and I didn't quite frankly know who Justin Danger Nunley was. Blame it on me. I'm oblivious to cool people. And then I did a little research on this dude, and this guy makes me look like a little bitch. This guy's the real deal as far as number. I mean, for real.
When I told him we were coming on your show, he said, "Yeah, Bubba's a little bitch. I got it."
Well, I gotta take it. I gotta take it because my numbers look bitch-like compared to him. I'm telling you that right now.
Bubba, I gotta say that I've listened to you probably since 05. So,
really?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Huge honor coming on.
Well, I'd love to. Thanks for being on, and I'd like to do some stuff with you just because how damn popular you are. I love to use the hell out of you.
Yeah, we can do that. Just nothing sexual. Okay.
No, the sexual days of having the girls pee in coffee cans and putting them on the glass.
What the hell?
That ship has kind of sailed. You know, I don't even think you could in today's society really do how we used to roll back in the day. I mean, you know,
it's wild, man. The culture has changed. I think it's taking the ship back around. I think we're gonna be fine. People like me and you, we're gonna be good.
I hope people like you are going to be okay. I don't know if I'll ever be good, my friend, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So Justin, tell me what you and Gus got going on this weekend at Emerald City, Harley Davidson.
Emerald Coast.
Emerald City. Gus, everybody knows it's where Gus's joint is, so it doesn't matter how bad I mess it up. Sorry.
So Bubba, I was up in Tishomingo, Mississippi during the holidays, right? And I went into a motorcycle shop to buy a new helmet. Wanted a low-profile helmet, and this lady that works there, as I was checking out, she said, "Hey, my husband is a big fan of yours. He really wants to meet you." And normally I'm like, it turns awkward sometimes.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I'm in a hurry. I got to go. And before I could say anything, she said, "He's got one arm and he rides motorcycle now." That piqued my interest. Yeah, I'm ready to see how this works.
That one arm, that one arm always gets you. Yep, there you go. You can't ever tell that guy, the one arm guy, no. You just can't.
Yeah. So he shows up and he's in his Camaro, and he get sleeve tucked into his pocket, and I said, "Where's the motorcycle?" And he's like, it's at the house. I said, we got to go to your house. I got to see how this works. And it turned into a friendship, and him explaining to me how he's able to ride and who got him back on the bike and the cost associated with other amputees. And he said he's always had a dream to get other amputees back on bikes. And I said, I think we can make that happen. We called Gus, and it's happening.
Man, Gus is always. People think Gus is a prick and he's big hard ass, but Gus has got a soft. He's a little tough to negotiate with. If you want that extra $500 off your bike, but he's a softy. And when it comes, like I did a charity ride for a fallen police officer, and Gus put it all together, got me a bike, and we did really, really good for the deal. And Gus is a softy. So this particular ride, I think, is Saturday, right? Tomorrow.
Yeah, the ride's Saturday, Bubba. We got over 600 bikes registered already, paid registration. So it's going to be a big ride. We're expecting 750 bikes.
It's that Justin Nunley effect, buddy. I'll just tell you, that bitch brings him in.
Let me tell you, I've known Justin for several years. He actually has been my son's baseball coach for the last few years. And Justin, retiring out of the military, came to me and he's like, hey, the military has a program called the Skill Bridge, where when folks are retiring out, they can go into their next career field. You get vetted by the DOD. We've done it a few times with some technicians in the back. So Justin said, I'll come to Emerald Coast and we'll blow your socials up. And that's exactly what's happened. We're working on a long-term deal right now for him to stay in the family. So I've known him for a couple of years. And, I've been in this business, Bubba, 30 plus years, have dealt with a lot of celebrities and sold celebrities bikes. And you would think Mick Jagger's in the store. People come from all over the country into the store to meet Justin. It just blows my mind because I know Justin. I'm like, hey, he's not really that special.
Yeah, he's just a real.
He's an idiot with a phone.
He's just an asshole that knows how to tape things.
Yeah, but what he is a good dude, and he's humble, and he's down to earth, and takes time to meet with people, and doesn't all the recognition that he's built with his social platforms hasn't gone to his head.
So Gus, let me ask you a question. The ride is to raise money so that amputees and people like that can enjoy a Harley. Is there on the dealer side of things or on the mechanical side of things, is there a lot you have to do in order to configure a bike? So a guy like the guy that's in between there.
Yeah. So we don't do much in that regard, but the whole mission for the ride, Bubba, was to raise money. We formed a committee, and our plan is, a lot of these guys, and Joel can speak to his own experience, have already been working with local shops or folks fabricating things, and we formed a committee. People can submit requests for funding, and we're just going to help. We're just going to help fund those applications for them. We don't do much of that here at the dealership.
But have you found better fabricators than others, whereas a guy like Joel you can tell the guy where to go to get it done? Because there's probably a lot of hack jobs out there too that, there's for every good one, there's 10 bad ones. So if a guy could come to your place that was an amputee, and you not only can help maybe get him funded, but you can also get him in the right direction as to where he can get his bike fabricated too.
Absolutely. So we've spoke with several prosthetic companies, and then the guy that made Joel's application, and Joel, feel free to speak to that process. But the short answer is yes. We're going to help steer people to these folks that are qualified and have done this, and that's what they do for a living.
And just to let you know, like the cost associated with this, people have accidents at work. Like his arm got jerked off at work, right? Worst kind of jerking off you can get at work. But the cost associated with getting back on a motorcycle is not, motorcycle riding is fun. It's not, you don't have to ride. So he's been lucky with workman's comp, right? Yes. But there's cost associated, and people are out of work, that are amputees, and to get them back to, so speak to the cost on that.
All right, just this arm, it's body powered and no thrills or frills. It all works on cables. Just the arm itself was $50,000.
Oh, wow. Oof.
And then this attachment in the end that I have here is for the other attachment on my handlebars so I can ride my bike. Just this piece was $2,000.
So the arm is separate from what the fabrication of the piece on the bike needs to be. So you have probably a functioning and for day-to-day life, and then there's a special application for riding a bike.
Yes, this is for riding my motorcycle, and then I have a hand or a hook that I can put in here for whatever I need to do that's not when I'm riding my motorcycle.
Anybody ever get a little lippy with you? I mean, you could really forearm the crap out of somebody and really knock their grill out with that bitch. I'll tell you. Don't think.
Bro, he's got a hook. He's got a hook.
Oh, he'll hook you. He'll just hook
and and in case you're wondering, I'll answer the question you're already wondering. Are there other attachments? For other activities?
Okay. So like maybe some bedroom attachments, if you know what I'm talking about. You know. You can really get some. You can
the
soft hand.
Can really set. You can set fast time with the right attachment, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the traction on the ride, Bubba, has been great. We're getting folks from all over the country. Justin and I were in the showroom yesterday. We met some folks from Pennsylvania that rode down, some folks from Connecticut, some folks from Houston. So the bulk of our registrations have been from out of towners, the early registrations. We got a VIP party tonight. Nothing fancy, just here at the dealership. But there's one thing we know how to do: it's have a good time. So
and I think Shannon's doing a show live from the dealership today.
Yep, Shannon's broadcasting live today, and he's actually going to MC the event for us. So I'm going to get him all juiced up on some Jameson's. Yeah, we'll get him all Jameson up and hand him a mic and cut him loose.
He's in the waiting room, Bubba.
Yeah.
He was on some Jameson last night. Started asking us, wow.
Hold on, Shannon's in the waiting room.
You just click admit
what a
up
little
there.
hold on, what a late bitch. I'm gonna give him a hard time here.
He was 2 minutes late. Macho was trying to get it with the audio.
I hit admit.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to jump on this? Oh, let me let my technical guy do it.
Yeah.
You know,
glad you could join us.
Hold on, is he? Do we see him yet, guys? Do we got Shannon yet?
No.
Yeah.
There's his voice.
Well, you hear him. He's there. But see, I just don't want Shannon on my screen. I want Hundley on there too. So, I want.
What's wrong with me?
Well, you're late, bitch. First of all.
I've been waiting here.
And quite frankly, we were talking girl talk, and Nunley was like, "Man, I don't want that deep voice son of a bitch on here trying to take my thunder. So get him out of here."
Hey, he does have a beautiful voice.
Oh, he does. He does. He can talk a girl right out of her panties if he didn't have his wife. Did you bring your large-breasted wife to this event?
She could not make it. She's very busy.
Hey, let's talk about that real quick. Why in the hell are you not up here, Bubba? I heard you couldn't get a kitchen pass or something to get up here.
First of all, I absolutely run the show 100%. I'm the boss.
That's not what Shannon said.
Shannon.
That ain't what Shannon said.
Shannon, just because you're pee-whipped doesn't mean I am. You know who runs the show. Go ahead, tell him.
Well, your show?
Yeah.
Brian?
No. Who runs my show? Me or the Merch Crick? Who runs the show?
You run it.
Yeah, exactly. And my caveat to coming was I wanted, I was going to bring her, but if you're not going to bring Kim, I just can't have her hanging out with me, and I got to entertain her the entire night, So
I don't bring my woman to my events. That's not how.
Well, if you bring your woman to other events, that leads to threesomes, the way I got it figured, and that's why you do it, okay? I'm not going to sit there jacking.
And that right there is why you didn't get a kitchen pass to come up to Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah, probably. Probably. So you're doing your show at Gus's place today, Shannon, right?
Okay, we're getting ready to head out and set up.
And you were hanging out with the boys last night. How did that go?
Great time. Rocket Tacos.
Boy,
what a great place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's good time. Right on the Gulf. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
That Cricket Wireless you got, Shannon, is second to none. Let me tell you that right now.
Bro looks like he's on a jitterbug right now.
So Justin,
are you in Griffo's office right now, Shannon?
Am I what?
Are you in Griffo's office?
No, he's at a cheap ass hotel on the beach somewhere.
Where are you at, Shannon?
I headed to the office though.
He's in his hotel room.
It's going to get hot over there. When we left, Justin turned the heat up to 88 degrees.
He didn't have any. What you guys don't realize, he didn't have any pants on whatsoever. I'm just telling
you.
Stand
up, Shannon. Shannon, stand up.
Pants on.
Oh, okay.
God, I wish he wouldn't have this.
What a camel toe.
Why do you have to pull the moose knuckle out?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to show us your man toe? Come on now.
Well, I want to. Pants.
Never mind.
I wasn't at the beginning of this call.
Oh, okay. So now, Justin, where's home base for you?
right here in Fort Walton Beach. I've lived here I've been in the military for 20 years now, and 18 of them have been spent right here on the Emerald Coast.
Oh, okay.
I bought my very first Harley from here back in the day before Gus even owned the place. This is home for me. I'm originally from North Alabama, though, up around his neck of the woods where he's at in North Mississippi.
Now, Gus? Is there still time for people to register? Maybe they're listening to the show or watching the show, and they're like, "Damn, I didn't know that they were having such a huge deal. I didn't know that Justin was going to be there, Shannon Burke's going to be there."
Yep.
Where could would they go to your website? Just directly to your website?
Go right to emeraldcoasthd.com, and we can still register riders all the way up till the time we leave. Unfortunately, the VIP tickets are sold out.
And what time are you guys kickstands up tomorrow?
Registration opens at 8:30 and kickstands up at 11. We got the sheriff's office is escorting a ride through 2 counties. I told Justin, I'm like, it's probably not the first time the sheriff's been waiting for you at the county line.
Yeah, might want to check warrants on that other county for Justin on the deal. Next thing you know,
hey Bubba, Bubba, I told Bo this morning that what's trashy if you're poor and classy if you're rich.
What?
A police escort. We got money, baby.
Right. So a police.
We ride in style this weekend.
Usually, a police escort's not good for us, but in this instance, it's good. Did Bo tell you that I used to work with him in Chicago back in the day?
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Bo doesn't remember anything past like 90 days.
I heard Bo was really freaked out, Gus, that you were mad at him about something.
Yeah, he sent Sarah an email in all caps, and she's like, what's up with Bo at like 5:30 in the morning? So I sent Bo a message. I'm like, I don't know what you did to piss Sarah off, but it's not good. He called me like 3 times in 5 minutes, and then Griffo called me, and I let him sit for a day. I didn't even take any of their calls.
All that money you spend, they freak out. You could do anything, Gus. You could do anything you want. All that money you spend, they're all your bitches. Let me tell you that right now.
They do a great job for us, and we appreciate your support. I know you're doing the big Gus tractor spots. We opened up the new dealership last year, tractors and equipment. It's doing really well. So I appreciate all the support.
Yeah, you guys got, is it Mahindra or who? I mean, you guys got.
We've got Mahindra tractors, Coyote tractors, JCB construction and ag equipment, Toro, Hustler, Skag, Ironcraft.
Oh, I'm a big Skag guy. Did you know that?
I didn't, but we're the largest Skag dealer on the Panhandle.
Oh, so man. Now, Justin, I saw you at the drag strip on one of your reels. Are you doing NHRA type stuff now? Pro mod? What are you doing?
I am now. That's all I can think about. That's the first time I've ever drag raced a truck. I'm hooked. Absolutely.
Tell them about the build and everything.
Yeah, so we did a Pinks build. They bring the old TV show Pinks back from the old speed days. And so they brought it back, and they had, Team USA versus Team Canada. And I was Team USA. And unfortunately, throughout the whole build, we had a $10,000 budget, which I broke by a landslide. But we got there, and we knew that the point of failure was going to be our transmission, and we was gambling, hoping it would hold up, and it didn't. So I had to buy my own damn truck back after the race.
Now, did you know that Skag and Randy Glebe, the president of Skag, owner CEO, he is doing something with Randy Couture. And Randy, the old MMA guy, UFC Hall of Famer, and he's getting ready to debut his Skag Pro Mod at the U.S. Nationals in Indy this year. Randy Couture.
I met the owner of Skag in Vegas last year at the 4-wide, the NHRA 4-wide.
Yeah.
And we're going back out there again in the fall.
Are you going to be in Indy for that race, Bubba?
I'm 50-50. My good friend Tony Stewart, he's been my friend for 20 plus years. He's actually, I think, the top of the leaderboard right now on Dragsters. His wife Leah just did a couple runs a couple days ago to keep her license current, because I think Tony's going with putting Mama in the car next year as well. That's not going to be good, because let's say you got Mama at the line. Do you win or lose? Because you won't get any ass if you win. I'm just saying.
Bro, you just gotta let that one go, brother. You gotta let that one go.
You gotta hit her. You gotta hit a red light on that deal, don't you?
I met Tony last year at the Mahindra dealer meeting. He ran the Mahindra NASCAR team.
Yeah. And
they had all the cars there, and they got a hell of a setup. So he's a Good dude.
Justin, I know you're big on NASCAR. Are you excited with NASCAR? Or do you think NASCAR's lost a little bit of its appeal, like I do?
It's lost it.
Yeah.
I went out to my first NHRA event out in Vegas for the 4-wide, like I was saying, and I'm telling you, there is no greater show on earth than NHRA. It is phenomenal.
With regards to user friendly and being able every ticket's a pit pass and being able to go down to the pits, it's such a better experience.
The access that you get that. I'm telling you, if you've never been to an NHRA event, they crank up those top fuels or the funny cars, and you get that nitro, and your eyes start burning. That smell bright. It's a religious experience. I love it.
There's no other sport that does not, like transfer. Like you cannot appreciate that there's a human being in that car with 12,000 horsepower. You're like, how in the hell can somebody endure that much of a violent situation? Hang on, pull 6 Gs. And Shannon, you been to the Gator Nationals ever, Shannon?
No, never have.
I need to
I've been to the.
You been to the what?
The Garlits Museum.
That's not going to the Garlits Museum. Isn't the same as going to a meet.
No, I've never been to a meet.
I'm taking you to the Gator Nationals next year. You and Kim, okay?
Hey, do you know?
All right.
You know why?
And Justin, you need to get your ass down to the Gator Nationals too. I got full blown VIP everything.
Are you actually going to show up? Because you said you're 50-50 for Indy. Are you still waiting to see if Merch Crate's going to let you go?
No. Listen, bitch. I'm locked in every year to the Gator Nationals.
Gator Nationals only like an hour away from there.
I'm locked. I go to the Gator Nationals. They give me my own golf cart. I drive around everywhere like I own the place. But yeah, I'm going.
We get it, Bubba. You're a big deal.
But listen, if let's make it a date. I can even. Shannon, through Recreation World, I can get us, RVs, and we can have a, place to stay, our own golf carts and everything at the Gator Nationals next year.
Sounds good, Bubba.
Shannon, are you awake? Are you okay? Are you stroking out?
I'm here. I'm waiting.
Shannon, is Kim telling you to back it down a notch? What's going on?
I'm texting.
I mean, we're on the air. Shannon, we're doing a radio show.
He just texted me to send me dirty pictures of it.
Shannon, we're on the radio. We got a big-time celebrity in Justin. You're supposed to be paying attention. I thought you were the ultimate professional, 40-year veteran, and you're really jobbing me out right now, buddy.
Sorry about that, pal.
Hey, you know Shannon's mad when he ends it with pal. That's like a F-U. That's like one of those to you.
I love you, buddy. You know that.
Bubba, before we go any further, I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to my buddy Matt Stone. Just got a huge promotion.
Oh, would you shut, you son of a bitch. You mother effer. I'm going to find some dirt on you, bitch. I swear to God, Justin. And I'm going to shove it so far up your ass. You mother effer. That was it. You got me. You got me. But you also got one coming. You got one coming, buddy. It's such
a... Congrats, Matt, on your promotion.
Yeah, congrats, Matt. Congrats. I think it's a good time for us to let Gus and the boys go. Right there on that big deal. Don't forget, you could go to Emerald Coast Harley-Davidson.com and sign right on up. You can be like Shannon and get one of those kind of what's those kind of car motorcycles that got a sidecar. Shannon's going to be riding a sidecar tomorrow.
We've got one up here.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like a '64 Plantera. The tires still have made to the USSR on them.
Gus, are those things hard to drive, Gus? Like just because of are they tough to drive?
Absolutely. They're not tough. It's just different than what you're used to. First time I rode one was probably in the mid '90s. I was a young guy working at the Harley store, and I took off on the sidecar, and about 20 yards down the road, I smashed a giant rock and did about $4,000 worth of damage.
If you're the bitch that's riding in the sidecar, you really got to trust that guy that's driving, don't you?
Yeah. That's where Justin usually sits when we ride.
Maybe we could do a YouTube video of Justin driving and I'll be in the sidecar. Maybe we could do that.
Let's do it. I'm game.
I don't know if that old sidecar is rated.
Oh,
for
thank you, Gus. I think Gus just called me indirectly a fat ass.
Yeah, you and I can't get in there, brother. We might get in. There's no way we're getting out.
Justin's a little. He's teeny tiny. We'll put him in there.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, you gotta dump that? My bad.
I dumped it. Matt Stone's gonna get me now because I had to dump. But you dropped the F-bomb, bitch. I'm fired.
Hey, tell the FCC just send me the check. Check's in the mail, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what. Listen, I don't think it's cool. Matt.
Yep, exactly, Shannon. we didn't hear a word you said. You're so locked up from that shady ass hotel they got you with no Wi-Fi.
I was just gonna say that if you had an, you all count on great Matt Stone to help you.
We didn't get any of that, lover. None of it.
I'll text it to you. How's that?
Okay, how about that? Hey, Justin and I think it's Joel. Is it Joel in the middle? Yeah. Joel. By the way, Joel, nice to meet you, my friend. And I'm so honored to be able to try to help push this event. Gus, I really would love to be there. Justin, I look forward to working with you. And Shannon, of course, as always, appreciate you. And listen, there's over 700 people that have registered for this event. It's you're not going to get jobbed out and have to wait on stoplights and stuff like that. It's police led. Of course, we got Justin up there, VIP, Shannon Burke, and other celebrities. And there's still time to register. Get there by 8 o'clock. Kickstand's up about 9. It's probably 11. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get people there early to buy the Justin.
Oh yeah. Kickstand's up at 10.
Justin to buy the new Justin Danger trucker hat. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody gets the new apparel, and maybe kick the tires around on one of those brand new Sportsters or something like that. And appreciate you all, and let's stay in touch. And Gus, if Bo can't handle you doing your weekly appearances, you could always do one on my show, my friend.
Man, we'd love to come on a regular basis. That'd be great. And I just wanted to tell you, Bubba, I know you do a lot with your charitable organization, and if we can help you in any way, just reach out to us and let us know.
I absolutely will. And nice meeting you all. Shannon, good seeing you, my friend. And Gus, thank you, Joel. Of course, Justin and the boss in the back.
Hey, buddy.
Appreciate you. We appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Good luck to you guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
We love you, Matt Stone. Congrats, brother.
Oh man.
A lot of people don't know the Matt Stone Iggy. And I think we actually have tape of it, don't we?
Oh, we do, yeah.
You want to play it next?
I'll try to see if we can pull it up. If it's clipped down, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It'll really. You're not familiar with it, are you, Seth?
I had no idea what was happening.
Oh.
So, I thought Matt Stone was the writer for South Park.
Matt Stone, when I worked up there the first time, he was the program director / operations manager for the whole cluster. And I kept getting these phone. I did mornings on 103.1 like I do now, and he didn't like me. He just didn't like me. I was kind of a shove down. He's a music guy, and the owners told him, "Hey, listen, you can play your rock music or your alternative music, but we have had Bubba on for however many years, so Bubba's sacred cow. Like no music in the morning." Well, music guys don't like that. Like Shark, for instance. He was a music guy.
Yeah.
And so I was a shove down. Matt didn't like it, and so I start getting these reports. And they're an hour behind us. So I'm getting reports. Listen, Bubba, they're cutting your show off at 9 o'clock and playing music. They're only running your show 5 to 9. They're not running it. They're cutting your last hour of your show off. And this had been going on for like 6 months, and I finally got a phone call from somebody up there that told me about it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right. So we called the front office, and I was being really nice. And she was like, hello, I think it was Community Broadcasting or whatever they were. I'm like, yeah. And I knew Matt Stone was the boss. I'm like, hey, can you put Matt Stone on? Because, Seth, I was going to ask him, hey, Matt, what's going on up there? Wait till you hear what this is the worst I've been bitched out by a manager in the history of my career live on the air. I mean, and making our station look bad, letting our competition know that there were infighting and problems in the building. I mean, it was bad across the board. And I think he still has a lot to do with JVC, but I think he's been told not to mess with me. But Lummy, if you can find it, I'd love to play it next.
Will do.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Oh, Gus?
Yeah.
He owns Harley Davidson dealership.
The one on the left that we were looking at.
No, the one
right in front of Zero.
All right,
He's a social media guy.
No, that's a guy who's got like, well, here's his following. He's got on his YouTube channel, he's got 430,000 subscribers.
What does he do?
Just guy shit.
Okay.
On his Instagram, he's got what, 3.5 million? Lummy?
Lummy's not here, but
Yeah,
that's
he's got like 3.5 million on his Instagram. I mean, the guy is way popular. See, that's the kind of guy you want to do stuff with. You know what I'm saying? And he seemed like a pretty good dude too. Here's his YouTube channel right here. Like golf cart wheelies, shit we would do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2023, Days of Thunder themed custom golf cart on my back. And he definitely did that.
I had to do better wheelie than that.
Other kid for a ride.
Colton just had to move the trash cans.
He did?
To get in, yeah.
We got a trash can caper. Ooh.
Oh, Friday. I hate Fridays.
All right, guys, go check out the podcast if you have some time this weekend. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, oh, oh. I got a love that keeps me waiting. Yeah, I think Bubba's ordering more switchblades. Hemi's good, Chucko. Riding like it's got 12 miles on it.
Right, so I think he's got it for me. He's got to put it over on a page for me.
Oh, Cantrell, Revolution is the worst, man. Revolution's horrible in every sport.
What's Revolution?
It's a kind of car. It's a kind of card.
It's good. We got to pull from the backup because it's corrupt. We found it, but the file's corrupt.
That sucks, Gary.
I see it.
Yeah, I know, but it won't play. There's no audio behind it.
I'll throw a star.
So we won't have it?
Probably not. He's trying to pull it up real quick from the backup.
Thanks, Xerxes. I got black keys.
He's working on it.
I got black keys locked in.
Huh?
Hell yeah, get that Angel Reese Funko Pop. She's gonna be popular forever. What's up? What's up, Pull Your Luck? Dan Wiz. Thanks, Bubba fan. I'm glad listen, the revolution worked out for you guys. Just take it as a victory and run. I hate it. The Topgolf in Tampa is in Brandon.
What the fuck do you got on your shit?
The Topgolf in St. Pete's in Caroline.
It's Hogan's card.
It's a what?
It's a Hogan card.
What up, Reggie? What up, 420?
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito Studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Charles Ramsey, let me 25 on the PayPal. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Appreciate you. Supposedly Lummy and Macho Man found the Matt Stone deal, but it's a corrupt file.
Yes, we have to get it from the back.
We have to. I feel like we're Publix.
It's corrupt, but you got to get it from the back.
I feel like
There's backup systems.
I feel like we're at Publix and it's not on the shelves. And Lummy, you're a shelf stocker, and you're like, let me go in the back and get it. We got some of that in the back. Is in the back? Can that be done in a timely fashion, or probably not?
No, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Right. So we don't have it. Basically, here's what happened. So I called the station up. He gets on the phone. I'll just explain it to you, Seth, and you could know how. So I'm like, hey Matt, it's Bubba. He's like, hey Bubba, how you doing? And he tries to act like he's puking. It's like, hey Bubba, how you doing? What you doing? What's going on? I'm like, hey, we're live on the air, bud, and I just want to know, like, why you guys are cutting my show off at 9 o'clock and playing all music. He goes, well, Bubba, I'll tell you why we're doing it. Because you know why? Your show sucks so bad, and there's so many advertisers that won't buy your show that we need the entire hour to make up for advertising that is supposed to run in morning drive that refuses to be on your show. Hey, does that answer your question? And I'm like, thanks, Matt. So like he completely gets on the air and airs all of our dirty business. Now our competition knows that we have clients that refuse to be on my show but want to be in morning drive, so they're using that last hour to burn up those commercials. And that's probably a conversation that you should have with management off air, not so that your competition hears it.
Should we clear this up with Matt Stone and have him on the show?
No, I'm not having him on the show.
Can I go up there and smash him?
No, no. So I'll find the Matt. Let me find the Matt Stone stuff.
It!
Yes, sir. We got a date. We can get on Bubba Army.
Man, thank you to Justin Danger Nunley. I look forward to working with you, buddy. God, you have an unbelievable social presence. Good job, my friend. I really appreciate that. A lot of people don't know how hard that is. Gene, thank you I think you did a pretty good job today. You were a little erratic, but
I shut up when I was supposed to.
Yeah, you did.
I love you, Sarah.
Love me, thank you.
Thank you, Bubba.
Get well, Hogan.
Yeah, that's true. If you could hear you. Seth Kushner, thank you. God bless.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
You're wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I repent.